Hello guys, we are back. It's time for the STPL once again. We're here for the second series of this evening. It's going to be BuLL versus the EM.
That's right, and these are two teams that really have kind of struggled to find to make a name for themselves in STPL so far. It's not like they don't have good players or good games. It's just that they struggle to kind of string those things together.
Yeah.
In a way that gives them serious wins. So both teams that are looking to kind of come up and make the fourth round of STPL their round, but haven't managed to do it just yet. So we'll see if they can kind of reinvent themselves here in round 4.
I mean, DM, they did start round 1 off in 4th position overall. They lost to Net Wars, third, 4th place match. So they've had their fair share of wins. And then in round 3, BuLL. BuLL joined us in round 2, but in round 3 they did a lot better. There were a few matches off of getting into the playoffs. Just a couple of the head-to-heads didn't go their way. But let's just quickly introduce our two here. We'll start with BuLL Clan.
Turning back around there, and now it's going back across the map, but I think he's going to have even less success this time around with a siege tank right next to a turret, and mines everywhere.
Oh, got
and
the
this turret's
mines!
Gonna kill everything. Oh my god, GG. Insta tap out, damn.
Just 6 drones right now. He doesn't have any in his natural, and Aeroscraft is sending him more links. GG! And Jaeyoon was worried about the Grey Spire. Looks like the Lurker's going to be able to clean up everything back at home. But he has nothing to do with the race. GG! We know it's coming. And this is a very, very difficult situation. He's got nothing on the ground. There's no anti-ground units here. And this is going to be a big, big, big deal for Rainer as he drops 4 full dropships of Medic Marine. GG! A huge tank shot going down on those Goliaths. Sorry, on those Dragoons even. And it looks like Atrak has done it. He's broken through the defenses of Future, and GG!
It's short.
Okay, so BuLL Clan, you can see their last 10 match history. You can see that at the beginning of round 2, we're going back about 7 weeks. They actually lost to White Clan at the end of round 2, and then they actually lost to White Clan again the week after. Well, not the week after, it was a few weeks after. But you'll see they went from going 0-4 against White to going 2-3. They took White Clan to the ace match as their first game in round 3. They took down MSJ, they took down Valhalla team, and they beat Meteor as well. And that was what really gave them their strength in round 3. They had a score overall of I believe they went 4 for 3 overall, they went 3 for 4. So it was only when they got up to like the last weeks of round 3 that they really started to struggle. We saw them lose to FBW, lose to Naz, and lose to Ash as well. So unfortunately their Ash game was actually a full walkover, and their walkover against White Clan, the first one, was a walkover as well. So hopefully they'll be a little bit more consistent here in round 2. Obviously they're here for their first game, and looking for how they're going to do against DM. So let's quickly introduce DM as well. This against a lot of Storm. Let's zoom out ever so slightly to see what's going on both sides of this engagement, but that's a lot of Zealots. Look at how quickly they're absolutely decimating everything. And a nice Storm does go down to the back. Another nice Storm actually going down, but not really storming the clumps. There we go. There's a better Storm. Tech with...
Okay, well, everything here is going to die.
Yeah.
This is pretty fantasy GG right here. Well, yeah, you're pretty dead, my dude. GG.
Does have enough energy for Maelstrom. Is he going to get it? Is he going to go for the Maelstrom? He does. The Maelstrom goes down. There's no Storm. There's a Storm now. And that is absolutely huge, killing all of the remaining units of Mitak. And this is going to be the push that ends the game. A Storm on the drones as well, just to add insult to injury. And GG, amigo. They actually ran back to defend. And the front has been busted. There's Zealots and DPs in the third base. I think this is done in Kiri with the 3-pronged assault. Gonna take down Medinho.
It's short.
Okay guys, so that was DM's intro. You can see round 3, they didn't do all that great. They actually beat Rev, they lost to Red, lost to IRK, BWL. Storm lost to Soul Gaming and then lost to NetWars as well, losing to the team that beat them in round 4, but NetWars did come second overall in round 3, so not a team to scoff at. They came second in round 2 as well. But DM have not had the best luck after round 1. Round 1, Tech kind of carried them through. He did so well. Every single matchup Tech got sent out on, I used to call him the ultimate ace, because he'd just appear and he would kill everyone. Like, it didn't matter who it was against. I mean, you saw in the intro video there on Gladiator in round 1, Tech had some of the most amazing storms in BZ I've ever seen. And it just in round 2 and 3, I don't know if he didn't suit the maps or... I mean, round 3 Tech started to come back a little bit, but still struggled quite a bit.
Yeah, it's always very polarizing. It's like either does very well or kind of falls over when you wouldn't expect it. So like I said, I don't know what to expect here. I would give maybe DM a slight edge just historically record wise, but you really can't tell until you watch the games.
Yeah, I mean, DM have actually gone 1-0 up against BuLL team in the only time they've faced off, so they're going to have a little bit of a morale boost here going in. Let's actually quickly introduce our next set of, or our players for this series. We're going to start with a ZVP between Eroscraft and PRL. Here, ZVP, the captains face off Dio versus White on New Bloody Ridge. A TVP between Reina and Tech, that's on Eye of the Storm. And a TVZ between Fly Mio and Kimchi here on Great Barrier Reef. There's actually some really sick matchups here.
Yeah, let's see. I think the biggest one for me, I don't know which one you picked as your key map, but yeah, Rainer Tech could be really good, and then of course the captains facing off is another cool storyline.
Yeah, I mean, I have the power to do this because I'm a rebel. I'm gonna mark them both as key matches. I was gonna say,
you trolled me. What?
I was thinking Reina versus Tech, but I was also like, you know what, Dio versus White should be cool as well. We saw White's PvZ in the bit before there on Empire of the Sun, where he maelstrom muters. I mean, not sure if we're going to see that here, but Reina's a sick player, one of the best players on BuLL team. We do have the Tech doing really well for DM as well. So looking forward to seeing both of those matches. Let's actually get through and introduce the first of our players here. It's going to be Eroscraft. Now, Eroscraft hasn't played against Protoss as of yet. It's actually 2-for-1 though in the STPL, so one of BuLL's statistically highest performing players. Obviously, there's still a long way to go in his STPL journey when you think of how many players there are over 20 games played and things like that at this point. That's what happens when you have a season that's... I mean, now it's about 10 months long, so we're getting there, we're coming to the end, but we're still a way off yet. There's still so many good games to come, and his opponent gonna be PRL here. PRL has only played against one Zerg, which he did beat, that was Dark, the last time they played against BuLL team, so a little bit of an advantage for him here, at least mentally. Mentally,
yes, but mentally is not an actual advantage. I mean, maybe it is, but like it's not the one in the win column. So we'll see how things go. I don't know. PRL, I never know what to expect from him because he actually has played quite a bit, but he's a little bit back and forth.
So without further ado, let's introduce our first map of the series. It's going to be BuLL SE. Okay, apparently restart this. Good. Okay, guys, so there you have it. We are on Holy World SE. We have now seen TVZs on here. Zerg have actually tied it up 1-1 with Ho taking down Eriador in game 1 of the last series we saw. But we're going to have both our players spawning in the top left, bottom right hand position. If you haven't seen this map before, there are these kind of outsider style thirds, which are going to be quite easy for our Zerg player to secure. And you can take them behind and get access to the gas, which you can see here, or you can go for the minerals for more offensive base. A little bit hard to defend if you do take that other side of the minerals, but we have seen that a few times. Protoss has a relatively easy time walling off their natural. Will gain access to the third base and the fourth base relatively soon as well. So not really too much to talk about in terms of this map. Obviously we do have this infested command center in the middle. Well, it's not infested yet, but our Zerg player, if he so chooses to, might go and infest it, and Infested Terrans are pretty good against Protoss Rapid.
Oh my god, yeah, so good. We'll see. Obviously, it's a very rare thing if it does come true, but it would make me very happy. So, yeah, I actually just want to see the game, because if that does happen, then obviously it'll be the best game ever.
Yeah, let's get started with game number 1. It's DM's White. No, it's not. It's Eros Craft versus PRL. Now starting us off here in the bottom left-hand position with a little bit of micro on my end. Apparently it's already been done, maybe memory leaking for me again, but it's going to be the Blue Zerg fighting for BuLL. It's Eros Craft.
That's right. And his opponent on the other side of the map in the teal is PRL, playing for DM.
Okay, just want to quickly clear some background processes to try and help my
Yeah, I don't know
PC
what's up with
along.
this flag. I'm not sure if it's on my end, but I will do my best to find out.
I think it's a weird mix, maybe. But
Weird.
hopefully it won't be too bad. It started off like this before, and then it kind of fixed itself, so I'm going to double check there's definitely nothing else I can close, just so we don't accidentally close the stream, which I've done before. That was a funny mistake I made once, but luckily enough I haven't made it since. But yeah, this should be a cool game. Eros Craft, a really good Zerg player for BuLL, and PRL, a very good Protoss player for for DM. So kind of excited to see exactly how this is going to go, and just what sort of strategies we're going to be seeing from both players.
Yeah, and I don't know what to expect here. Obviously, we've seen PVZ, PVZ is the, let's see, this is the matchup we started the night with, I believe, where Eriador was unable to hold off the masses of Hydra hitting super fast. And honestly, I think the most common strategy I see versus Protoss is 5-hatch Hydra. I think it's super meta right now.
Yep.
Here in Korea, the idea is you can outproduce Hydras faster than the Protoss can get to Storm. Even once they do get to Storm, you still have way more than they do, and on a better economy. It's all about denying that third Protoss base, or if you do it fast enough, something like a 973 or like really aggressive, like a Hydra push, then you can actually take down the cannons early on and really make the Protoss's life miserable.
Yeah, no, this is going to be the big moment where we see the divergence in what PRL's going to do. Is he going to go for that gateway expand, or is he going for fast expand? Looks like it's going to be a forge. A little bit late of a forge for PRL, actually. I don't know if that was a mistake or if he's got some plan, maybe a quicker nexus. Yeah. But he did send out an incredibly fast scouting probe, and unfortunately for him, he did scout last, so doesn't really know what his opponent's doing. So maybe this forge is just kind of an insurance plan rather than just going for straight nexus first.
Yeah, I mean, there's an order, right? There's Forge, Cannon, Nexus. It's whatever order you want to get them in. Obviously, Forge, Cannon, Nexus is the safest order, but you can also go Nexus, Forge, Cannon, and that's like, I mean, that's super risky. 12 Nexus is always just like, you're really hoping your opponent does not do anything aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, we are going to see double cannon coming up here from PRL, not taking
Wow.
any chances. Just wants to make sure he doesn't die. I mean, the amount of times we've seen Protoss die recently with cannon. I mean, if you're going to scout that
Yeah.
it's a late hatchery, you know there's a spawning pool, you know there's an extractor coming up. I'd say it's not the most economical choice, but it's certainly the safest. Now, the problem is, hasn't got 6 lings running at him right now. It was actually 3 drones that just popped out of that hatchery. Barrow's craft is in a pretty good position economically right now.
Yep, he's actually doing really, really well. As a Zerg player, as long as you see the drones in the production tab, or just watch them pop out of the eggs, you're in a good place. So, yeah, nothing super crazy to worry about. I think the only thing that's a little bit rough is how far away the third base is from the natural. That is where the Zealot rally point will be set as soon as he gets speed and +1.
Yeah, I mean, this is the kind of map where you'll see the 5th hatchery kind of use the harbor wall here. There'll be a lot of Sunkens most likely coming up with this style. Now, one thing I have noticed from PRL's side is actually double expanding for both players now. I mean, it's often Protoss double expand, but making use of the fact this third base is completely defended by his front wall, gonna play incredibly greedy back here to try and make something happen.
Yeah, wow. I mean, this is a kind of a hallmark of this map is that you do have the safe back expansion. But unfortunately, it's it's not as safe as you would necessarily think it is because you can still actually just run right past the cannons to that base. Um, or especially later on, once if you can get to a place where you see drop utilized, then that base just explodes, and there's not a whole lot you can do because you're not getting dragoons back there to save it.
Yeah, it always becomes a lot harder when you like that. It looks like the lag is kind of a little bit. What I did was
I
I
hope so.
closed Chrome, so I just closed Charlie. I can't see the chat at the moment, but hopefully Rapid's able to see it and he'll let me know if anyone does anything important. But it looks like we do have that probe running out of the base now. He's kind of seen what he wants to see, at least for the time being, and is going to go back home. What's going on? He is adding on a third cannon at the front, and now, actually, I would say that this isn't the best decision to make when he does when he knows what's going on. But when you're going for double expand behind this, be too much problem with this.
You are correct as always, Kicks. So let's see what the direction we're going is. Finally, I actually is going to get speed, more drones, Spire coming up. But where is... Did I miss the Hydroden going down somewhere? No. Okay, all right. So all is as it should be. This is like one of the most standard PVZs I've seen in a while, with the exception that there is 3 cannons up. And a lot of times Protoss will just like stay on 1 cannon as long as they can. But
Yeah, enough
anyway.
cannons for enough bases as well. Not often you see a 5-minute third base for a Protoss player, but here we go. The economy of PRL is going to be kicking in very, very shortly, and I mean, when he does, the thing
Yeah.
is, to do this, he's delayed his tech entirely. He is only now just getting a Cybernetics core, and if this Spire produces Mutalisks, PRL could be in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, definitely one of the biggest things you can do is scout Corsair numbers, or for that matter, Stargate numbers, because if you can get that edge, then one of the biggest things that or mistakes that I made is assuming that Zerg players would go Mutas versus Protoss more often, because I would just watch a lot of games from the caster's perspective, and I'm like, yeah, you can go Mutas here, but obviously that is very rare, and you only do that if you like Scourge the first Corsair or something. But if you're in a situation like this, and you scout that there's a third base up, then yeah, you can absolutely just really, really catch the Protoss before they can produce enough Corsairs. And so maybe as a way to sort of compensate for that, we're seeing double Stargate with +1 air weapons.
Yeah, I mean, this is the perfect way to defend yourself against air. I mean, when you get like double Stargate +1 Corsair, like, not only do they need an insane amount of Scourge to deal with them as the amount goes up, all of a sudden Overlords are just sitting ducks in midair for least. I mean, we've got the fifth hatchery coming up, Evolution Chamber coming up for Eros Craft as well, and things are still looking quite normal here for Eros. I mean, building too many attacking units is idle drones, which is something certainly he's keeping an eye on. But there's not much going on other than this Zealot in third base getting a drone kill.
Hey, all right. What do you know? Good job there, Zealot.
Oh, that's a nice block there.
Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. I thought he was actually going to get the second Zergling and then run away.
That would
But
have been funny.
no, wow. Yeah, I mean, these are the comical things that Zealots can do. They just actually have 1,000,000 HP. So let's see what we're going to see here. This is going to be Corsairs versus Hydralisks. How does that matchup go, Kix?
It's not a good matchup for the Corsairs, but the thing is, Hydras don't do that much damage when you've got a few of them, and they're quite slow until that speed upgrade comes in, so he can just continue to run around with the Corsairs, see if damage. I mean, Eroscraft is, he's pretty well defended right now. He's got his Overlords over the Hydras. He's not going to lose any, or he's not going to lose too much, and he doesn't really have to worry too much about DTs at the moment. So, things looking pretty good for him. It looks like PRL is going to make use of the fourth base here. Over behind the minerals, he's actually going for another ton of cannons at his front, maybe overcompensating for how much he has to defend.
What?
But he's
Yeah, what did he see to make him put these cannons down? Like, that's what I'm asking. Like,
Well,
he got into the third base, but that doesn't tell you that you need, 5 cannons.
I think the main reason is I mean, look at his actual attacking unit count. He has the Zealot.
Yeah.
Like, one Zealot is all he has. I mean,
That
he's
is very true.
got a pylon down here at the fourth base, which means he could take this a little bit later.
Yeah.
But he's just kind of relying entirely. He's going into Corsair Reaver from this. And, I mean, Corsair Reaver, how the heck are you going to break that on this map? That's just absolutely insane. And I mean, the Scourge are finally going to see the double Stargate, so he knows what's coming in. But is it going to be enough?
Good point about the lack of attacking units. So I guess this is one way you can play the game, right? You just build mass static D and then go, you spam Corsairs and then run them out and kill everything else. It's Reaver Tech behind this. Plasma Shields is an upgrade. All right, this is really cool Sky Toss. It's kind of rare that you get a chance to watch just like straight up Sky Toss because there's so many ways that you can die. But I mean, this Reaver's going to hold this wall basically infinitely, and then you just run around with infinite Corsairs and kill every Overlord.
Yeah, and I mean, realistically, what are you going to do with Hydralisk? Are you going to push the front? I mean, there's going to be like 4 Reavers by the time he eventually pushes. The only place you're able to do damage is the mineral line, but as long as he just takes this for the gas, he's not going to worry about the minerals. He's not going to worry about anything. He's going to be on 4 base economy off of 1 corner. This is the perfect situation for this kind of build.
Yeah, no, and absolutely a map where you can do a build like this. Because you are so protected. Now, obviously, you can put Hydras behind the mineral line at the fourth base, and it won't be able to mine. But with some cannons positioned there, I think you can still range the probes on the far mineral patches, but I'm not too sure about that. So I will see. It's a really cool strat from PRL. You definitely don't see this very often.
Yeah, I mean, it's not often the maps kind of suit the style, so looks like we are going to have some Hydras going up to the top right, maybe to see if there's a hidden third base up there. Maybe looking for that Bonnet style of third that we saw quite recently in one of the show matches that Bonnet played. But it looks like we are going to have the Hydras just kind of chilling out. He doesn't really know exactly what to do at the moment. He's kind of sending his Hydras around aimlessly. He knows he can't do any damage. So at this point, he really just needs to start taking the map. Just take hatcheries everywhere, get a lot of drones. I mean, there's not actually that many drones mining at his third base. He's kind of over-relying on damage units here. I mean, the one option he has is a big drop, but when you've got this many +1 Corsairs, that drop's not going to do anything. And look at the amount of cannons he's got this fourth base already.
Jeez. Yes, that is quite a few. And of course, in order to drop, you need to use Overlords, which will die instantly to these Corsairs. Actually, I'm kind of surprised that he's not. Oh my god, Kix.
What am I
He's
missing?
going Scouts.
No.
He's going Scouts with the Gravitic Drive.
Oh, this is
Gravitic
the best.
Thrusters.
This is the best. This is what I like Rude War for. Look at this. You barely ever get to see Scouts. And we're going to get to see mass Scouts.
Was it Bonneth or DeWalt that played that sick game that never ended that had infinite Reavers and Scouts?
I think it was
Scout
Bonneth.
Reaver.
I think it was Bonneth.
Yeah.
Because it was on Fighting
So
Spirit.
Bonneth is... Yeah, this is actually a much better map for that build than Fighting Spirit was.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, yeah, so Okay, this is
Oh,
really sick.
oh
He's
no.
gonna actually catch the overlords out in the middle of the map, so maybe able to take out a couple of those. Woo, saving it with 23 HP. But yeah, he has what, 4 Reavers at the front? What? What are you gonna do? Wait, where'd the rest of the Reavers go?
He's got 2 in the main. Wait, did they waddle over there, or does he have a shuttle? Yeah, they're waddling everywhere, that's fine. The trouble... He needs more Reavers at the front, like, cannons aren't going to be able to hold this. Now, does he have D-Web? I didn't actually see the fleet beacon until he was getting speed for the scouts. So...
No, he hasn't gotten D-Web yet. He's actually upgrading Reaver capacity. So...
That's
that
next level.
Yeah, that is not enough. Man, that's like upgrading like antennas as a Zerg player. It's like nobody actually gets that. What?
Yeah, now we do have that 4th hatchery coming in for Eros Craft. He's actually opting to take the easier base. But I guess at the moment, no base is realistically that easy for him. He's going to have to worry eventually about these scouts, but he's got no way of scouting for them. And we did have a probe trying to sneak up to that top right back base to see if he could take that, but does get scouted by the Zergling. There is a 5th base, though, coming in for Eros Craft as well. So Eros Craft is making the right moves to give himself a good position in the game, but this drop could be do or die here. This is going to be a lot of supply in these Overlords. That's still a lot of Corsairs.
Yeah, and the Corsairs are in a perfect spot for... Oh my goodness, that's a lot of Scourge. Now, you know what's really good against Scourge kicks? Is Speed Scouts. Scouts with the speed upgrade... Okay, no, Corsairs are not actually that great against Scourge unless you have like a critical mass of them, and I think you need like what, 9 or something. I don't know. But anyway, Scouts with speed absolutely murder Scourge. They make Scourge look at least twice as dumb as usual. So I mean, we'll see. That is quite a bit of Scourge, and I guess the idea is that if you just bulldoze your way in with the Infinity Scourge, you can't actually stop the Overlords from making it in.
Yeah, and as soon as you get like 10 Overlords dropped of Hydras in your main, if your Reavers are slightly out of position, suddenly you're in big trouble now. He's actually up to 3 Stargates now, going into a second gateway. And yeah, the second gateway at the 13th minute of the game, actually going for triple Forge upgrades as well.
Wow.
PRL is getting ready for the late game.
What a big baller. You know what upgrade we're getting right now, Kix? We're getting APL sensors. You know what it's a scout vision range.
Yeah, scout vision range, man. This gives them the job that they're built for, scouting.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. This is actually, but why do they go? Oh, they're so expensive. So this is what, +3 vision range, I think. But it's actually insane how much vision you get with the scout. It actually is going to live up to its name super well. So, I mean, how many scouts do we have? We have 8 scouts right now, and they're headed down to the 8 o'clock.
Oh, and he's seen them now, though, so he knows that scouts are going to be a thing. Maybe this was a little bit of a problem to tip his hat so early. But
yeah. Scouts do kill Overlords really quickly, so if you can find some Overlords out here and start picking them off, that's the way you start to get the momentum. But look, there's actually a lot of mutas out here as well.
Yeah, but
he can like basically 2-shot mutas at this point.
Yeah, I mean, scouts really don't care about air units. They do. Let's just have a look. They do, with +1 air attack, they do 28, +2, 30 damage against air. I mean, that's just absolutely insane.
And they have speed. Look at this micro. You can actually just out-micro every unit in the Zerg army. Scouts are so fast with that speed upgrade.
Yeah, I mean, I see what you mean, and I see what Radley meant in the chat about scouts against Scourge. Like, the Scourge couldn't even catch them. How do you deal with that? Like, this is only 8 scouts, and it just feels like so much damage is coming down. I mean, they're not at that critical mass yet where they can one-shot. Okay, maybe they can.
Oh no, he's not microing the scouts! Oh! Oh my god, that's so bad. He actually only lost 1 scout. That's how fast they are. It's not even that their total speed is fast. It's that their acceleration is fast. So you can actually just pick them up and move them wherever you want, whenever you want.
They also have a lot of health. I mean, they have 250 health overall.
Well, the bigger thing is
they do
shields.
110. Yeah, it's 150 shields, isn't it? Out, so kind of insane.
It's +2 shield upgrades, by the way. Just throwing that one out there. As well as +2 with +3 ship weapons on the way.
Oh my god!
The first time
the Corsairs have found the Overlords. These are full of Hydralisks.
Kill the Overlords! Ah! Hit the Overlords, please!
Okay, I mean, this is still 2 Reavers, and this base isn't that important. The D-Web is down, but the Corsairs have just gone down. So this is going to be a dead base up here in the top middle, so that's going to be something. But the scout count is continuing to grow. 10 scouts now in the middle, actually just A-moving through Hydralisk now. They don't care. They've got so many upgrades at this point. 2 attack, 2 shields. And things are just getting out of hand on these scouts right now.
Shuttle coming in, ferrying in a couple of Reavers, but let's see if he can pick off all these Overlords. That would actually be kind of worth it. He is going to try to target down everything up here, and he will be able to save the base, I believe. Yeah, there's 4 Reavers up here. What's he going to do? So that's actually, you know, obviously it sucks to lose all the probes and the mining and everything up there, but he did kill everything that the Zerg had. And now as long as he can reposition and save his front door here, got to activate that Reaver, move the Reaver. Ah!
Oh, the Reaver's got no scarabs. That's been sat there the whole time.
He forgot to build scarabs. Oh my god, that's so bad.
This is not looking too good, but he still managed to hold. He has a lot of cannons right now. Those 4 Reavers still back at this like 5th base, I guess, over here on the right. The scouts still alive as well. 9 scouts now. And eventually he is going to be able to make the transition into carriers if he chooses to. I mean, he's still going triple forge. I believe this is going to be 3 attack, 3 shield, 3 attack, 3 armor, yeah it is. And he's going to have 3 shield on the way eventually as well. So, slowly but surely, this is getting kind of crazy. I mean,
ask me how many Devourers are being built right now, Kix. 12.
Oh my
12
god.
is the answer.
Where are they being built? Oh, wow.
Yeah. Mass Devourer. So, the Devourer has a very special attack where it's ranged area of effect damage, but it's not just a straight up AoE. So the unit it hits deals a small amount of area of effect damage around that unit, and then splashes the acid spores, and of course those multiply damage and stuff. So it's actually so insane against clumped up units. If you have like clump Corsairs or in this case Scouts, it will actually just devastate them. So we're about to witness like some major sadness.
You know, one thing. Wait, is Box a hatchery with a creep colony there or something? One thing we did notice was there was a Dark Templar with 50 kills. So that DT killed all of the drones over there at the top right-hand base.
Oh my god.
But PRL is eventually going to run out of money. I mean, this is the problem with going for this mass Reaver style. He's mining out his main. His natural is relatively close to mining out. His 3rd mineral only is quite close to mining out as well. This 4th base is going to be healthy, but that's also the most dangerous to hold. Now, we do have the scouts running back into this 6th base, killing the hatchery. For some reason, Eros just doesn't want to take these extra gas bases. He's got Zerglings over them, but I guess he's a little bit worried about them. Now, here we go, the Scourge. Oh, sorry, the scouts coming in. They're about to get into a rude awakening, though, if they run into these Devourers.
Yeah, one thing that should be noted is it might look like PRL is like just killing it, but scouts are 3 supply. So when you have a whole control group of them, they actually overinflate your supply like a lot. Whereas, you know, Hydras are just 1, so you're not really the army count is going to look a lot different than if you just looked at the supplies. But Devourers, these are chunky boys like up here. These are, oh my god, this is so many Devourers. I love this game. This game is like by far my favorite game of STPL round 4.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of insane. The one disappointing thing is we still do not have infested Terrans. Just build a queen, go and infest the command center, please. But oh my god, there's going to be triple shuttle coming in with Reavers here to this other main. There's actually a High Templar in here as well for good measure.
Oh, he lost one of the shuttles. That's painful. Okay, where's the Storm? Storm, move!
Oh my god, the Devourers coming in on the scouts in the middle. The Guardians all go down Storm on the Hydros, but the acid spores stacking up so quickly. But the scouts don't care. The Storm underneath them, they're fighting head on. And they are winning with their 3-2 upgrades. Gonna have to pull back now, though. The acid spores are really starting to stack up 9 on a few of them. But still, these scouts in a very good position. And this 5th base gonna go down. Oh, there's double Defiler Mound over here. And Consume isn't done yet.
What? Okay,
Dangerous.
I mean, I guess you can just build as many as you want. Now, acid spores, are really a weird thing. I think it stacks up to 9 at max, and I think some of those scouts actually do have close to that. But look at these DTs go, man. They're gonna kill off this spore in the back. Oh, they're not targeting the spore, they're targeting the sunken. And they're not actually gonna, okay, they get one sunken, but ultimately the DTs will still die. But here come the High Templars. He's sent 3 High Templar over here. What? Those are not supposed to be there.
Well, to be honest, I mean, they're gonna kill all the drones eventually. Gonna make some Archons over here as well. Gonna merge the 2 damaged ones.
Oh, he's gonna storm the drones coming back in.
Oh, that's good.
Wow, he actually missed them. Okay, that's a tragedy. But the Reaver's gonna come in.
Yeah. Oh my god, the Reavers, the shuttle got taken down by Devour and a Mutalisk, so that shuttle's gone. The Reaver's gonna clean up everything. The DT coming back in, he was on 11 health, but this man, he doesn't care. He's coming in for some more damage. The 5th base did go down, but he has now defended that. And there's just so much going on all over the place. I'm hoping I'm not missing anything. The scouts and DTs moving through the middle of the map. This Reaver gonna go down. And Eros Craft is gonna hold his bases for now.
What a game. So this is not a long-term plan for the Protoss player. You've sacrificed getting up bases for so long that theoretically the Zerg should just have overwhelming numbers. So you're hoping that you can just come out there and bulldoze a large part of the Zerg army. And actually, we saw a little bit of that. Now, the problem is, like, as soon as Plague comes out, it's like, what do you do against that? Like, don't you just lose everything? Like, I don't know. I mean, it feels like there's a number of things that you can do here against this, like, this weird strat. So I don't know. Everything I'm saying right now is just theory crafting because you never see games like this.
Yeah, and the other thing is the reason why we haven't Eros Craft be able to go for those big army plays is just the fact that PRL has been so on top of harassing the entire game. There's just never been enough drones to make a massive bank. Eros Craft is only on 100 minerals right now. How could he be on so few after all of this damage? I mean, there's more Devourers coming in, but there's been... Okay, I was going to say there's been no new air production for a while, but there's triple carriers coming in right now. And this could be the straw that breaks the camel's back. Eros Craft doesn't have enough.
Yeah, confusingly enough, there's 3 bases on the southern side of the map that Eros Craft has just never taken. And they're good bases. They got gases and stuff. Like, just go get them. But no, I think actually with PRL's ability to break out and take this upper right-hand base, I think that almost alone is going to give him the resources to get these carriers out, to finish off his upgrades. And I think he might start getting like flyer armor or something, but he's just in such an insane spot. He has the time and the money now to really do everything he wants.
Yeah, and I mean, there's no fire armor coming in just yet, but he's 3-3 on all of his other upgrades. 3 shield, 3 attack, 3 armor, air attack as well. And this is going to be a big moment for Eros Craft as he pushes up to try and re-secure that base. This is the final base, realistically, the PRL is going to be able to take, but look at PRL, he sent an Archon and 2 Zealots down here to the 6 o'clock base going, surely there's a Zerg base I can kill down here. But he's surprised. I really wonder if he's just going to ferry a probe down there and just take that base as well. I mean, that's been his style so far, and it's worked out.
That would be a little bit BM, but I sometimes you got to go for it. Damn, this is actually such a good game.
Okay, and the funny thing is those Zealot and Archon and the W1D3 as well, they didn't actually find any bases, so they're going to go into the main, they're going to take down the Great Spire, they're going to be able to take down the tech. There's no units back here to defend, it's just Overlords at the natural.
Yeah, for some reason Eros Craft is also sending all of his air back to deal with this. I'm like, I don't know if that's really necessary. Is he going to kill the spawning pool? Oh my god. Alright. So Kix, I think it's time. Where is my infested command center?
I don't know, I'm zooming in, but it's not getting infested yet, Rapid. I'm not very happy. Reavers and High Templar coming into this top right base, though, and that's when things are going to get really dirty.
Actually, I think this is just going to get crushed. This actually could be kind of a big turnaround here, because that's a nice storm on the Devourers, but it's not enough to kill them. Those are tanky boys. But yeah, everything's going to go down here, and what's going to hold this upper base? 5 cannons are not going to do it.
I mean,
where is the army for
Craft.
PRL?
I mean, most of his supplies and carriers in his main. He's actually up to 6 carriers at the moment. there are just a lot of units in the middle of the map as well, a lot of stuff just in random shuttles as well. And the trouble is,
Okay.
Eroscraft just doesn't have an economy. I mean, he's got 2 mining bases, 1 half mining, and somehow PRL is actually still mining more gas than his opponent is. Not for long though, because this gas is going to deplete in just a moment. But PRL has still got a relatively good bank, but Eroscraft is still on 5k gas now in his bank.
I think this might be one of our final fights here, Kicks. Drones getting caught as they try to transfer. And look at this, we've got a big ground army with lots of High Templar, with lots of storms, and of course the carriers, which are moving into that 8 o'clock base on the left-hand side.
Yeah, and there's a lot of Defilers over here. Now, Plague is really good against Interceptors. It actually bugs out their AI, if I remember correctly. And the Interceptors don't know what to do. They kind of just fly around the carrier because they're like, well, we need to heal, and they can't. So, unsure why he's not using Plague just yet. His attention is over here in this top right base.
Oh, he sniped all the Defilers! Killed every Defiler before it could Plague, and that's actually gigantic. But at the same time, you know why his attention was divided there. He had to try to do something on the right-hand side of the map. He lost the right side. He's losing the left side. He's losing his entire economy. He has no tech. I think we're gonna have to chalk up a win for Skytoss here, Kicks.
We are. The only major disappointing thing about this game is we never saw a queen. I mean, it's a 30-minute PvZ. We've had so many opportunities to build a single queen, and it never happened. But the thing is, the final remaining bases of Eroscraft are mining out. He still has those bases on the bottom right that you can deal with, but the Devourers coming in, going down to the carriers. The problem is, the Acid Spores allow the other units to do more damage, but there isn't any other units for Eroscraft now. Now, there is 3 hatcheries, so maybe we could see a big well of Scourge go for these, but PRL is just in such an incredible position, and there's going to be a DT dropping in.
That's it. GG. Wow. PRL takes game number 1 for DM over Eroscraft. he's basically saying at the end, I didn't know what was going on. This is really confusing. So, nice.
Well, it's all well and good. At the end of the day, we had a fantastic PvZ there. I mean, it's not often we get games that go on for 30 minutes, especially not in PvZ. And you know what? Games like that are always a treat, and that's just game 1 of the series as well. So there's still a good number of games to go, and apparently you are in the corner of the screen now, and I don't know how to bring this back. There we go. You're back.
What?
I have no idea. Things are getting a bit weird, but yeah, that was a really sick game. That was game 1 of BuLL versus DM. We get back after this very short break. We'll be here with game number 2, which is going to be DM's White versus BuLL's Dio, the 2 captains. Oh.
Okay.
Okay, apologies for the wait, guys. We are back. Just had to quickly sort a few things like I sorted that video. I can't remember exactly what song is playing in that intermission, but I'll check out for people and I'll post it on the STPL TV Twitter. But all the music being played is by Space Invader. They are a synthwave band and they are pretty good. You can support them on Bandcamp, and I believe you can get their songs elsewhere. But there's a link if you search for them online. And they're a really sick synthwave band, so yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yes, it is. Just like the weather, both of the places that we live.
Yeah.
But if you're from like Australia or any one of the places experiencing non-zero weather, then I'm excited to have you along here for the ride for what has been a very good day of STPL. We just had a wacky Sky Toss game. The game before that was also super epic. I don't know what to expect. This is actually turning out to be a fantastic series. DM taking on BuLL.
Yeah, well, we're about to go into the captain match here. It's going to be BuLL's Dio starting us off here. He has lost everything played so far, but that isn't that many. That's 0-4. But when you look at who he's lost to, he lost to Iris, he lost to Yes Man from White Clan, he lost to Batosai from Naz, I nearly said from Sugo, and he lost to Ku from Red. I mean, he's been up against some incredibly good players from the respective teams, and his opponent gonna be over here. It's gonna be DM's White. Now, bit of a weird name, given the fact he's not in White Clan, but you know what? It's his name, it's all good. With gone 2-3 against, he actually lost to Jiro twice, lost to Jerry, and beat Mitak and Old Man Slum way back in round 1. So
wow,
White hasn't played as many games for his team. He's played about 11, so pretty cool for him anyway. He's always here in the back lines to support everything his team are doing, and it's great to see him play. Let's introduce our second map. It's going to be New Bloody Ridge. And we are back, guys. This is New Bloody Ridge. If you haven't seen it before, it's a 2-player map, spawns in the top right and bottom left-hand positions. Not really too much to go into on the map. It is going to be a PvZ, so one to quickly show off. I'm not going to go too far into the whiteboard on this one, but we're going to have a very small area for apparently up, so I guess we're not going to see this. It's fine, we'll sort that out afterwards. But basically, top right, bottom left hand corner spawns, everything is relatively normal, so life is pretty good in that regard. Gonna be quite short rush distances, and other than that, not really too much else to say. So I've got paint working, so I'll just do it quickly. Here are the spawns, here are the chokes. Natural, relatively easy to save for the Protoss player. They're likely going to take a third at one of the bases here, which gives them access to the third gas, and the ridges in the middle allow for very quick rotation of the armies. So if we do go late game, this could be a very interesting game depending on how it splits. It can split vertically or horizontally, but without further ado, the only thing we can do is get in the game. The first series had a lot of short games. Game 1 of Series 2 was 30 minutes, so let's see how long this game is going to be as we get into the captain match of the day. It's DM's White versus BuLL's Dio. Okay, starting us off here in this top right hand position, we do have the blue fighting for BuLL, Dio.
And his opponent on the other side of the map in the red Playing for DM as white. This is well, this is white. Well, as Protoss, it's white. Yeah. Sorry, I kind of messed that up at the end. But there's too many colors, and none of them are the team that this guy's playing
And
on.
none of them are the
So I'm a
color
little
they
bit
actually
confused.
are. It's got even worse. Like, I remember
Yeah.
the best day I ever had was all the red players spawned in red, and this is good. This is what we need.
Nice. Well done there, Kicks.
Yeah, I mean,
Saving esports once again.
red versus blue, nice, easy colors to discern on the minimap as well. I believe there might be a form of color blindness that may have trouble with red and blue, but hopefully there's no one struggling in the audience. Trouble is I can't press Shift Tab because it makes them both red, so it doesn't really help.
No. Well, okay. This is where people get to. There's this test, right? Like one of those optical illusion tests where you spell like words of colors written in text that is a different color than the words that
Yeah,
are being spelled, and you try to like read it, and it's like, oh my god, it really screws with your brain. So this is gonna be kind of like that test here.
yeah. Luckily enough, we don't actually have a white player. There is a white color in Brood War. I've not seen it in a while though. I think it's like a UMS color specifically, which is why you don't see it too often. But there's also a black as well now. Black Terran looks really, really sick, but it makes it really hard to see on the minimap. So I think that's why they don't put that in the official rotation. They did just add green though, which is kind of cool. Green used to be reserved, I believe, for the 9th player slot on UMS, so I'm not too sure about the map editor book. Spawning pool coming up, and the hatchery of the natural.
Yes. Okay, so business as usual here. I always get a little bit upset when probes just like block the natural for a million billion years, and it's just yeah, nightmare fuel if you're a Zerg player. But this is not going to be that. Instead, we're going to see two idle workers fighting each other and then running away.
Yeah,
Sick.
this is the high octane action you get early on in Brood War games, guys, and it's one of the things I think they tried to avoid when they released. I think it was part of the Swarm. No, it was Legacy of the Void. They added the extra workers at the beginning, didn't they? I mean, they tried to kind of compact the beginning because obviously when you're kind of trying to figure out exactly what's going on, there's not really too much going on. But we've got a third hatchery coming up for Dio in the right hand side. And white is going for the expansion behind a gateway, so there's going to be a zealot on the way. And this is going to be the first kind of major check for Dio.
Yes, and it is important to force the Zerg player to go through these checks, because otherwise they just kind of explode, and it's like, oh, okay, I get it. You're good at building Zerglings and drones. So he is going to come in with this zealot, just be annoying. Meanwhile, on the other side, we are going to have an early Nexus, not the fastest by any means, but it is going to be well defended by that forage, probably a cannon, to come up here pretty soon.
Good thing is for Zerg is they do have that overlord over the natural, know exactly what's going on. This zealot getting a good engagement with the Lings, hard to go to town on these drones. Gets one, can he get a second? Doesn't look like it for now. The good defense by Dio. But more importantly, White sees there, so he knows exactly
Oh
what's going
yeah.
on, and the second zealot coming on in.
And okay, That's actually not that great a spot for the zealot to be in because you can still get hit by 3 Zerglings. And
Yeah.
actually, good micro saves 2 of the Zerglings' lives. Wow, sick! You're really getting that hashtag value there, Dio.
Yeah, it's always cool to see Zerg do that. One of the most impressive things you can ever see is Jadong playing with his Zerglings against like zealots, and he'll like pull the 1 health Zerglings away, and it's like, you can do that? Like, how do you have reactions fast enough to do this? But that's one of the other things with Brood War. You just get those kind of moments where split-second micro can save units.
Yeah, absolutely. What are we thinking about here, Kix? We're seeing second gas come down, so obviously that's a little bit interesting, and we do still have 9, 7, and 3 drones. So, this reminds me of a build.
When you're going 973 though, do you go for a second gas? that quickly.
Yeah, that's what I was. That's what. Well, so he's getting drop with it, right? So he's gonna go for Zergling or for Hydra drop. I'm guessing, right?
Going for Aspire at the same time. I guess
Okay,
he's kind of
so
preparing for the
what
late
are we
game.
going like? It's a little early to prepare for the late game. Okay, so I was counting the drones and I was like, okay, you know what this looks like? We're going for Hydra belt. And I was like, wait, there's no Hydra den. So I'm like, well, what are the options? And that's when I saw the drop. And I'm like, okay, well, what are you dropping? Like, where are we dropping, boys? Like, what's the play here? So, uh, I don't actually know. I've not seen something quite like this build.
Now, White's
So
actually managed to push the drones away from the naturals. Kind of insane.
yeah, great zealot control by White. He killed off all the lings that are there, and now there's nothing actually to defend. There are no attacking units for Dio. He
Yeah,
just
he
has
just
nothing.
built a ton of drones. Like, that's crazy. He's playing so greatly right now. Is White just
Well,
gonna
he's
win
gonna get
with
punished
Zealots?
for it. He's losing like 7 drones here to these zealots.
And there's a
Oh
drone.
my god, he lost the last one as well.
I was gonna say the Zealot going into the third base, but it's actually a probe. I mean, the probe isn't too important in this scenario, but there is a Zergling out away now, so that's a little bit of a respite here for Dio. Now, the funny thing is, Dio kind of overbuilt drones to such an extent that even though he lost so many of them, he got really good saturation on all 3 of his bases. Kind of insane.
Yeah, what is this? Is this like... I mean, it's not crazy Zerg, but it's pretty crazy Zerg, you know? I feel like, yes, you do need attacking units at some point. So now he has 4 Zerglings. Sick, man. You're really going to be able to defend with those. Look at these 2 Zealots on the ramp.
This is the Brewster's Millions of Zerg. You just have to, you've got a lot of money and you've got to spend it really quickly. So, trouble is he can't spend on anything but workers for the first 10 minutes of the game, or he doesn't get the million at the end, so...
Nobody understands that reference. Nobody's watched that show before, Kicks.
It's not a show, it's a film. It's a really, really famous film. Oh my god.
Okay, well, it's actually imaginary and you're making it up, so I hope you feel bad about that.
It is most certainly not.
Well, I just never watched it before.
Oh
so
my god.
that's,
Thank you, Jenna,
just
for
kind
the
of...
20 tier 1 sub gifts. Thanks. Hell of a lot. Nice to see you again. You must have just woken up, I guess, because Raffit's been around for like, how long? Like 3 hours now? 2 hours?
How long have we been casting tonight? It's been about, so let's see, we started at so about 3 hours now. So it is it's quite a broadcast. Actually, this is not our longest STPL broadcast by any means.
Yeah, no.
So it is just par for the course, as the case may be.
Jenna knows Brewster's Millions. At least somebody does. I am so lucky. Well, that was a weird reference, I get it, but you know what? It's a good film. If you haven't seen it, go and watch Brewster's Millions. I don't know if it's on Netflix or Hulu or anything, but you should see it.
It's probably on VHS, Kicks. I'm like, okay, so let me just pop out my VCR. I'll get right on that one.
It's on Betamax.
Oh my god. Okay, so finally we have Hydras coming out. All is as it should be, even though we took a weird route to get here. And I'm waiting to find out what this drop is for. When are we going to pull the trigger on that one? There's no overlords really even in position across the map because, oh wait, Corsairs exist. So
He doesn't have speed either, so I don't know.
Yeah.
It's almost like maybe you made a mistake. Maybe you clicked the wrong one or like pressed the wrong hotkey or something.
Yeah, maybe it was supposed to be like Overlord speed or something. I don't know. But either way, we're gonna normalize out here. So it's not a terrible, divergence to the way you're supposed to play the early game.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of weird how I think it was A9 who mentioned the videos. I know someone did where it's like games have kind of a way they look, and it doesn't matter how you get there, eventually you get to those points. And here we are in the PvZ one, where the Protoss is flying around with Corsairs and trying to dodge Hydralisks. This is the most normal thing you could possibly see in a PvZ, and it's all to be expected, you know?
Yes, it is. It's a little bit weird how that works, because I feel like any other RTS, or specifically like StarCraft 2, if you go for a cheese like that, that defines a lot of how the game is going to go. But in StarCraft 1, like, you can both cheese, you can have really crazy openings, and then it just totally normalizes out. So it's really kind of confusing in that regard, but I think it's really cool that you can still play a normal game after that. And even
Yeah.
this opener wasn't super weird. So, I mean, at this point, we're seeing Protoss try to get the third base up, and the Zerg is kind of like a slingshot. You're pulling it back, you're increasing the tension, the potential energy, if you will, and then you just let it go at that third base. And if you can take it out, usually you're gonna be in a super good spot as a Zerg player. So we'll see if he's able to do that. Because honestly, I've expected more pressure at this point in the game. We really haven't seen any of that.
Yeah, and this is just a hunch, but I think we're going to go a little bit longer here because there's a robo support bay already. How often do you see
Ooh.
that this early in a PvZ? I mean, obviously last game we saw that weird game with the whole like mass expand from Protoss go Corsair Reaver, but this isn't a game like that. He does have a small amount of Corsairs. I mean, I see there's like 5 Corsairs here. Kind of unable to really do any damage anyway, just kind of keep the Zerg back. But eventually
Yeah.
he's going to have to push out because how is he going to hold this base forever with just cannons? And this is a lot
5
of
cannons.
Hydras.
Okay, there's the Zealots. I think with Zealots, it's going to be a lot easier to hold the space, obviously. So I'm going to throw out a 6th cannon. And this is actually really, really good for White. Because now he has these early Reavers, which I guess you're not technically supposed to have, double quotes supposed to. And there's no way you break through this with Hydras. There's Storm and Reavers. How did
That's a
White
good
get all this
dodge.
stuff out so quickly?
I don't know. It's like the fact his opponent built nothing but drones for about 7 minutes to just kind of power up his tech, knowing that there wouldn't be an attack coming for him. I mean, he's on 2 cannons when he knew how many Hydras there were. That's just absolutely insane if you think about it. I mean, it's not often you get in that kind of position.
Yeah. No, this is actually the best place a Protoss could ever kind of hope to be at this point. You know, aside from winning the game from an early game cheese or something. But
Yeah.
the idea is that he's killing it. So for White, yeah, he's in a fantastic spot. You can actually maybe even move these Reavers over to try to like spread them out and maybe to help defend the third base because he's just so completely solid there at the front. So let's see what he's up to here because there's always a reaction that the Zerg player can have where you just go take a bunch of other bases on the map.
Yeah, no, it looks like we are going to have Hive coming in for Dio relatively soon. No force base yet, though. That's the thing. I mean, we could see Queens. Now, if we did see Queens, I'd be happy, but I'd also be disappointed that we're not on Holy World. But that engagement is not one that Dio wants to take.
Oh no, now the Hydras are going to get stormed running through that narrow choke. Oof, tragedy striking. And these Hydras are down here because they're supposed to be loaded up into a drop that's going to get intercepted by Corsairs. Oh my god, disaster.
Yeah, this isn't looking good. Dio, I mean, manages to get some units out. These lurkers get into the main, and that's a big, big deal. Hydra's going to be pushing forward, but there's 2 cannons here already, and the units coming back to defend.
Yeah, the Lurkers haven't even burrowed yet. The Hydras are going to be just enough to take out this cannon, so the Lurkers are going to be annoying. But there's only 1 Lurker, so I mean, yes, maybe this is annoying to deal with, but it's still totally fine.
Yeah, I mean, there's no observer yet, so he's actually going to queue up 3 observers at his site of spotting facility.
He can actually just use the Reaver Splash or Storm to take this Lurker out. It shouldn't actually be that difficult. 1 Storm's going to kill it, so yeah, he's just going to storm it out. And there we go. Drop is held. And now, you know, look at what Dio has. He's like, well, I'm going to counterattack with a bunch of Hydras. I don't know if you are.
Yeah, now the funny thing about that is he actually stormed twice thinking the Lurker wouldn't die, and the Dragoon went and stood on it, just in case, so the Dragoon got stormed, but it's all good. Oh, this is actually engagement that Dio could actually get a better engagement from. He needs to spread his Hydras a little bit better though, but the Reavers aren't here, and this is a lot of gateway units going down, but still there's so big of an army for White, and his bank is massive.
White is just honestly killing it this game. What an amazing game for him to play here. Now, obviously, Dio did not put on a lot of pressure early and did have some weird gas and tech choices early on, like getting super fast drop, but then not using it and getting that really fast early gas and then also not using that. So I don't know. It's not the standard way to open, and I think because of that, we get to this place which looks kind of normal, except that White is way further ahead of where he should be.
Yeah, now we're going to have a couple of overlords going down as they fly into the main army. White is pushing forward. He doesn't have the full strength of his army, doesn't have the Reavers up here. There is a single one in this Overlord. He's going to have to be careful with where he's pushing forward. The Reaver goes down, and now he's going to be forced to pull back, and the map is slowly but surely getting cut in half here, Rapid.
Yeah, it kind of is. I would say that this bottom right-hand base is still not really a part of the game. For Dio, he's not mining from it. He doesn't have any units. But yeah, look at that storm drop. His economy is just totally bungled at this point.
Oh, I mean, he's still got a lot of drones. That's the kind of crazy thing. When you over-drone to this point, his saturation at his main and his natural, main and his third, it's kind of crazy.
That's a good point, but he's got to make sure the drones don't die because he doesn't have enough army. He's got a bunch of Lings and Hydras, and both of those things die to Storm and Reavers just a lot.
Yeah, and I mean, to see that White is actually up 80 supply on Dio at the moment, I'm kind of unsure why White isn't pushing in, but he has a lot of units back at home still, just in case another big drop. He's just kind of adding on a lot more gateways, adding on a base in the top left. And I think maybe he feels happy knowing that he's done a lot of harassment damage, knowing his army eventually is just going to be outright stronger, and he's going to keep defending.
He's even going to catch the rotation around the bottom that Dio's going to try to do to get off a flank or something. It's just going to totally be stopped in its tracks. Wow, White is playing amazingly this game. He's going to work on a fourth base of his own. And yeah, he's actually just owning it up. Looks like a little bit of a pause happened there, so that's why the text showed up. But man, this is certainly a great spot for White to be in. He's working on upgrades now. Actually, both players are. But we're about to see +3 ground weapons for White, and that is somewhat strong when you're only 17 minutes into the game.
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is, though, when you look at this situation, at this point in the game last time, we had PRL on Triple Forge, and that was kind of insane, but looks like we're going to have a base trade here. Top left, 4 bottom right, there's going to be nothing White can do to defend this. Looks like he wants to go back and defend. He's not going to kill the bottom right for some reason. No, a little bit of misdecision. Going to go down there. There's going to be a base for a base.
Yeah, let's see. I'm not sure who exactly this is better for. I think it's obviously worse for Dio because he needs, like, more gas. Gas, of course, super important as Zerg players, so it's like, hey, I want another one. But yeah, Protoss definitely needs to expand as well. I think overall the standing army is more powerful for White. So all things considered, I think, yeah, this definitely puts White in a better spot. Not to mention he's doubling Dio's supply. Let's just kind of get that out of the way.
Yeah.
He is in a massive lead.
Oh my god.
Oh, Storm move.
Oh, he picked up all the drones in an Overlord. That's sick.
Dude, that is a pimpest play. He actually almost lost all the drones and all the Overlords,
yeah.
So it's almost a not pimpest play. But that's actually amazing. Wow.
Wait, he's got to get rid of the drones out of the Overlord because the Dragoons are running in here. Now there's going to be a big engagement in the middle of the map as Dio tries to come back here to defend a DT, killing a lot of those drones. 9 kills on him. A huge storm!
Whoa. I mean, what are you supposed to do at this point? You're getting stormed right and left. Your army's way down in supply. Yeah, he's over 100 supply advantage. And you might ask, where is that supply advantage? He's got 4 Reavers and 2 supply groups of Zealots back at home. So he's got plenty more where that came from.
Thing is, the Cracklings are pretty strong. He's cleared up the rest of the army. The hatchery at the third base still survives. And in the meantime, we have Dio expanding to that 12 o'clock base. Looking to possibly expand to the top left as well. And, I mean, slowly but surely, Ian White is going to mine out. His natural is mined out. His main is mined out. The gas is getting dangerously low. And White needs to secure a base soon, or he's going to lose his bank.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of wondering, okay, who needs this base more? And actually, both players did desperately need another base. So Dio's made a great decision to take that 12 o'clock base. I think that's going to be pretty easy to defend because it's pretty close if you have your Hydras out on the map like he does. And he was able to deny White from taking the 6 and the upper left. So, wow. Yeah, Dio, all of a sudden, he's doing about the best that he could when you're 100 supply down.
Yeah, I mean, The one interesting thing about this map is slowly starting to come into play. It's very rare. Oh my god, that storm is pretty sick. It's very
Damn.
rare you see a map that's this narrow but this wide, and now you see where the kind of two styles appear, because see that 12 o'clock base is really easy for White to attack if he just pushes straight out of his natural, but the trouble is he can't secure another base by going there. So he has to push
Yeah.
the further way to try and get the 6 o'clock base up. And I mean, he is going into the third base once again. Can he kill it this time? Looks like he's going to be able
muted
to.
tech switch. Oh my god, is this going to win the game? The surprise muted tech switch. This is so sick. Because there's just not enough anti-air. He's going to be able to come out here, and as long as they don't all get stormed, he's going to kill every single Dragoon pretty easily if he focus fires, which he's not doing.
Yeah, this is kind of crazy though. I mean, Dragoons do such little damage to Muas, it doesn't really matter if you're taking damage from them. They do have +3 attack, obviously, but the one Corsair coming in here, or another couple of Corsairs coming in, they do have +1 attack. The Dio does need to be careful, but this is a lot of Zealots, and Zealots cannot shoot up, so this is still looking a bit funky. And I mean, the trouble is White has lost his bank, he has no money now. He's trying to expand to the 6 o'clock location, but the probes aren't even mining yet.
Wow, okay, this game is actually a lot closer than I expected. Even still, White is up 100 supply. So,
yeah,
you look at that and you're just like, well, you know, theoretically, he does have the advantage, but man, Dio is really kind of fighting his heart out at this point.
Yeah, Dio's doing everything you possibly can. Now, there was a Reaver that went into that 12 o'clock base, killed a lot of those drones, but the 6 o'clock base is going to go down to these Lings. There's absolutely nothing here for White to defend, and White is going to be back to one mining base at this point, and things are looking quite dire. The seesaw of this game has been insane. White's army is still relatively strong. He does have enough to defend against the Muteless now. He's actually got 3 shuttles full of Reavers almost. And this is just getting more and more insane.
Oh, it certainly is. Yeah, White needs to just forget about attacking. Let the guy have the base. Just get a base. Any base. Just pick one and do it. He might as well even take the middle at this point. Like, you can just do it. You just sit your army there. You have such a superior army. Just go take a base. I think White might have overreacted a little bit by making 1 billion Dragoons. Those things die so fast to Cracklings. But hey, at least they'll be safe against those 12 mutas.
Yeah, we still free attack for White. There's no upgrades on the air, at least, but there is going to be Ultralists coming in now. You know what they say when you've got a lot of money banked up? If you're banking up for Ultras, we've got no Ultras on the way as of yet, I don't think. He's going to be redroning up at his third base, because the thing is, Dio is barely mining. Like, his main, very close to drying up, his natural almost gone as well, and this 12 o'clock base is the only thing that's realistically going to keep him in this game, and White is making his headway up here to try and take it out.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned that you know, he's got a bunch of resources, but he has no gas, so I don't think he's going to be able to build many ultras at all. And especially now that this 12 o'clock base is gone, I think this is really sort of going to spell disaster. But I mean, just look, White can't keep a base up himself either. Thankfully now he's got Archons, which should be pretty good at dealing with the mutas. But Cracklings are kind of surprisingly good against Archons anyway. So everything down here is going to die. And once again, it's a base trade.
Yep, it's a base trade. Now, one thing that White really should do is just take this top left base. When he was attacking this 12 o'clock location, there was going to be nothing that Dio could have done to stop it, but he's really worried about Cracklings. Obviously, he can't have vision over all of the map with all the overlords running around and everything. Dio's going to try and expand to the bottom right now. He's going to try and take his third base again. And here is the first of the cows moving forward into the middle of the map, and Ultras are insanely good against Dragoons.
Yes, they certainly are, Kicks. And while I said he didn't have the ability to make many Ultras, at some point, yeah, you don't actually need that many of them.
Yeah.
So what am I watching right here, Kicks? It seems like, you know, supply may perhaps not be everything. Because even though Dio only has 65 supply, a lot of it's because A, he has very few drones, whereas White has a ton of probes, and B, his units are actually pretty powerful when you look at it. I mean, it's only 2/2 ultras, but He's making the most out of it. This is quite the head scratcher.
Yeah, now the problem that White has now is he's mined out. He's not going to be mining any more minerals for the time being. He does have a massive gas bank. Now, gas is what he's going to need. Archons, just mass Archon on Reaver is going to win you this game from here. Dio doesn't have that many drones. His economy isn't that good. But White still needs to build a Nexus. He still needs to secure a Nexus. It looks like he's going to put all his units here for now. And eventually, he is going to be able to hold this on, but those Ultras, they weren't Ultras forever. He's going into Hydras again. And all of a sudden, these Archons aren't going to be able to do anything.
Look at the third base kick. So I guess yeah, it is the third base. Look at how many probes are there. That's like, okay, now all of a sudden the supplies are making a little bit more sense. I didn't actually realize, I don't know if they were bugged like we've seen before, but this is, that's quite a few. So you gotta put those kits to work.
Yeah, now with a lot of Hydras coming in, this is when you suddenly need, you need Storm. But then you're not just worrying about Hydras anymore. You've got a lot of Ultras as well coming towards you, so you've got to get the right army balance. I mean, the Reaver's going to do everything they can on the ramp. He does need to get these probes over to this base, and he needs to move them in there quickly before these Lurkers start to hatch. Because if Lurkers catch this probe line, White is going to be in a big deal of trouble, but it looks like they're going to be able to get in for now.
It does appear as if they are headed that way. Okay, all right. Safe and sound. But hey, here come those Lurkers you were talking about. There are Ultras. Still at 2-2, actually.
Oh my god, there's so many probes here still.
Oh no. Lurkers burrowed in the path of mining probes. Ooh, the humanity. Or, I guess they're not humans, but you get the idea. So, hey, we're back to mining. Sick. We have resources coming in for White. He's got a bunch of Archons and Reavers on top of a ramp. That is going to be hard to deal with, especially because getting Ultras up that ramp is not going to be a viable option.
We have a sick A-team drop coming into the bottom right. 3 High Templar, 2 probes. You know what? If you've got probes, you may as well make use of them. Now he's actually getting... Oh, that's a nice storm. Not getting as many as he wants to. And the trouble is, this is 3 forfeit High Templar. He's going to be able to get another storm. The 2 probes are going to survive, so that's at least something. But Dio is able to secure this 12 o'clock base again.
That's where you drop the Manor Nexus. Except, Zerg has creep, so you can't do that. I don't know, man. I'm glad that Mr. T makes it back home, but the rest of the A-team were not so lucky there. But he did unload the 2 probes to go back to mining, so they've seen things, Kicks.
Yeah, they're never going to be the same. People say that when you go to war, you come back a different person. Well, their circuitry is miswired now, and they're not in for a good time.
I mean, hey, White's back to mining, right? He's getting gas, he's getting minerals, he's okay. He still, by the way, has a 100 supply advantage over his opponent, give or take. But
yeah, I was gonna say I think this is like 6 a.m. rapid talking. It's more like 70 supply now.
Oh, okay, it's double. There we go. He's doubling up his opponent.
Well,
all right.
Now he's going up to nearly 100 again. How does White keep doing it?
I don't know. This is actually quite surprising. These macro rounds, he's building 8 zealots at a time, so that'll definitely get you there.
Okay, so we had the A-team drop before, now we're going for a buddy cop movie. It's a Reaver and a High Templar. Let's see how this is going to go. The Reaver actually getting dropped out before. He's taking the damage. There goes the Storm, only getting 2 drones. Those 2 drones on the minerals are the luckiest drones in the field. And unfortunately that buddy cop movie, that must have been Rush Hour 3.
Okay, well, I can't make as many bad movie references as you can, Kick, so I'll just leave those up to you. Oh, Scourge coming in! They get an Observer and a Shuttle. That's pretty good.
Saves the Reaver, though. He just picked up that Reaver, so that was close. Now, one thing we're seeing here is something you don't often see. A Zerg who's mined out of 3 bases.
Yeah, what? I mean, this is it's a smaller map, so there's a smaller number of bases, and consequently a smaller number of resources.
Reaver.
Oh no, the Reaver went down. What is it doing down there? It's out past its bedtime, Kicks.
It's 8:30 a.m. and that poor Reaver, still out at night, hasn't managed to get a train home. He's staying awake for the next train. And
It's
unfortunately, the
8:30
trade never
a.m.
came.
on a Saturday morning. Do you know where your Reavers are?
Okay,
Only 90s kids will get that. But I don't know
yeah.
where we're going to find enough gas to, there's 2 more Reavers on top of the ramp. But do they actually have Scarabs? Yeah, okay, they do have Scarabs. So breaking this base is like the worst decision you could possibly make. Like, it's going to take so much to get there. So meanwhile, Dio, he's like, all right, man, I got a sick contain. But like, you have just as many bases as this guy does. Actually, he's up 1. So never mind.
Yeah.
Delay that order. And now White's
Well,
going to try to fix that.
yeah, the problem is he's got a sick contain, but it only contains the base without the gateways out, so you can see the units from White going up from the natural, taking advantage of that short push path, taking the fight to the Zerg for the first time in a while, and Nice Storm going off on those drones in the natural. The Archons on the ramp are going to be so hard to break, and I think White may actually win the game with this moment.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, this is insane. He's actually going to trade so efficiently here with Zealots and Archons now on yet another high ground. Like, what are you going to do? You're not going to retake that base. He's going to try with Hydras, but yeah. Oh, 6 Storm! Actually, I didn't know he had another one of those left.
Yeah.
What? That's awesome. Okay, well, yeah, I think White is finally he's held the 6, so he's good there. He's got an economy. He's taken out a big chunk of his opponent's economy, and 1 base Zerg is just not going to do it. You're going to need some extra help.
Like, can I just point out as well, somehow this entire game, White has been nearly 100 supply ahead. How has Dio been alive all of this time? How has he not just died?
This is actually, this is amazing. Yeah, 126 supply ahead at the time being. He's got Zealots killing Ultras. That's the place we're at here, Kicks.
Yeah, and I mean, the Ultras, they have 4-2 upgrades, but they're up against 3-0 Archons still. I mean, the units from White, they just keep coming. And the Archons, Zealots, like, where did they end? They just don't.
Indeed, they do not. Wow. Well, I mean, the game continues, right? It's not over yet. Okay, it's almost over. Realistically,
Yeah.
there's no way you come back from this as Dio.
How does Dio even hold this base? Like, if White just A-moves that base now, there's just so many Archons that this army is never going to be able to trade efficiently. I mean, he's down 130 supply. And look at how many Archons there are. Look at the storms. Ooh. Just so much damage.
Yeah, +3 versus 2-2. Oh, the rear storm to kill off all of those Hydras that were coming in for the flank. Yeah, we're down to 40 supply here, Kicks. So,
look how many drones there are as well. That's half of that supply is at least in drones. He's trying to spam creep colonies. He doesn't want to give up. He's on 40 supply. The true fancy GG of Zerg here. But unfortunately, this is going to be it. White pushing his way forward to victory here. I don't think there's anything Dio has left.
Nope. Well, I mean, technically, yes, he does have things left, but not for long. They will all be gone here pretty soon.
So good.
So.
Wait. Nope. No, he's definitely dead.
No. No. Finally, at long last, this, yeah, pain, it's called living, is over at last. We're gone. We're out of here. All right. Hit me with that GG. What are we doing? There we go.
Okay, I don't know.
Archon's OP.
Oh, is that what he said?
All right, so
okay.
We're out of here. Finally, we get other games of StarCraft. Wow. So congratulations to DM White. He picks up a win for his team. I agree in your choice of 2 key matches for this series, Kicks. You really picked the best ones by far.
I love how after that game, the first thing Dio says is just, Archons are OP. Not the fact that he was down 100 supply the whole game. Archons are OP. Oh man, that was a good game though. Even though it was a bit of a meme match.
Yeah.
You know what? It was fun.
Well, no, nothing was more of a meme match than the first one. That was actually.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I have experience at least once before seeing a game like that. I think that was like the last BSL finals. Yeah, where Bonneth lost to Eons. They're trying to pull that weird Reaver Scout strat. I was like, I don't know what that is, but
yeah,
it's amazing. So I'm glad we had those games. I'm equally glad that we're done with them.
Yeah, so we're going to go into game 3. I'm just going to quickly go and get some water while we load up the replay. So, see you guys in just a second. Hello guys and welcome back to the STPL. My name is Kix, joining me is Rapid, and we're here for game number 3 between BuLL and DM. This is possibly longer than the first series combined after just 2 games. Kind of insane.
Yeah, you're probably right there, Kix. It's been a long 2 games, but they have been very what do you want to say, unique. I don't think you've ever seen games like that back to back. So coming into game 3, I have high expectations.
Yeah, and in an ironic twist of fate, I stood up. I now have cramp in my toe, so I'm going to be grinning and bearing this for just a second until that sorts itself. So let's introduce our players so I can hide myself from the camera and like grimace in pain for just a second. But it's all good. So looking at the player stats, we're going to start here with Reina. Reina, one of the best players on BuLL Clan, actually 6 for 7, only a 46% win rate, but he's played and beat some really good players. He beat Future, he beat Marine, he beat Tech, and he lost to Dragon twice, and that's certainly nothing to be ashamed of.
It certainly is not there, Kix. I think overall, I mean, if you are a pro player and you had a 50% win rate, you're just like, oh wow, I'm actually really good.
Yeah.
So I think you have to look at who are the players that he does have wins against, and I think Gyro from White Clan, that win is obviously very significant, beating guys like Future, who's actually pretty sick, very strong win there. So maybe it's quality over quantity here for Rainer, because he is one of the best players on his team.
Yeah, and his opponent is not going to be DM White. Let me quickly fix that. I remembered it's actually going to be Tech, so we're going to see a little bit of a rematch here. Now this is kind of exciting because Tech and Reina have met before. They met once. Tech did get the worst end of it. Now, unfortunately, Tech did really well in round 1, and it was mostly because of PvP. He's actually not won a PvT yet against anyone. He lost to Scan, he lost to Mugja, he lost to Reina, he lost to FAMAC, he lost to Koget, and lost to Terra. I mean, when you look at the players he's played against, 4 of those, I would say they're 4 of the best players in the STPL overall. So there's nothing to be ashamed of there either. So it's going to be a really sick matchup here as we head into our 3rd map, which is going to be on Eye of the Storm. Okay guys, we're back. So this is Eye of the Storm. If you've not seen this map before, it's a 4-player map. The spawns we'll be seeing in this game are cross positions, so we could go long once again. We're going to have Tech over here in the top right-hand position, and then in the bottom right we're going to have Reina. But this is an interesting map. There's not really too much to say. We saw a PvT on here before, but relatively middle with these kind of wide bridges and these sort of center flanking gas expansions. But the major thing is in the 12 and 6 you have these mineral onlys, but you don't have an easy to take third gas for both Terran and Protoss. So 2 base plays very common on this map for both Terran and Protoss. So, and I've just realized the screen is all messy. That should look a little bit better now. But yeah, it's all good. Let's get into game number 3 of our second series of today. It's Tech versus Reina. Okay, starting us over here in the top right-hand position, we do have the blue Protoss fighting for DM. It's Tech.
That's right, and his opponent on the other side of the map, Eye of the Storm, is Rainer, of course, playing for BuLL. Let me go ahead and
Do the micro.
yeah, do the micro here real fast. It should help us out a little bit with the latency. We shove our packets across the ocean. But yeah, so like I said, I have high hopes for this this game because the other games in the series have been pretty sick. So let's see what we can expect here. As far as Holy World goes, we talked about this earlier. Gas is very rare on this map. So you've got your main natural, and then the third base is way far away by ground, of course, close by air at the 6 and 9, or at the 3 and 9. There we go.
Yeah.
So 3 and 9 o'clock are the only bases you get outside of taking another main. So it can be really rough if you're unable to get past that, or even to get the third gas.
You know, what we saw earlier on Eye of the Storm here was Krark actually expanded that middle left-hand base, whereas Unan, who first decided to take the other main. So there's still a chance very, very different things happening. Obviously, we could still have a relatively quick game. We could have a long game. It all depends on the build choices here from both of our players. And yeah, the lag seems up again with me, so kind of weird how this keeps happening.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. That's really odd, because it's like, you know, it's a replay. It's not like we have latency.
Unless
Okay. Well,
with the term rate again, but that'd be strange.
no, yes, that would be very strange. I mean, sometimes you have to go into another map before you get into this one, but anyway, yeah, this is I don't know. Most of the time, it's totally fine. This is weird. But it's not like you guys are missing anything. It's not like there's some insane, crazy micro battle or whatever. We're watching SCV's mine and Probe's mine, and that's, you know, the most exciting thing going on the map. But it should actually sort itself out after a second. So, yeah, here we go. We're back.
Yeah. So, Eye of the Storm, we saw a TVP earlier. The game went quite long. That was definitely the longest game between Red and White Clan. Now, we noticed in that game that if Terran take the middle, it's actually quite hard for Protoss to get them out of it, but we saw an interesting style from First. So the way First played this is he went mass Arbiter, mass Gateway units. He didn't go super crazy on upgrades or anything. He didn't go for Storm. He didn't go for DTs. Really, that often. I think he may have built one near the end of the game to try and do some harassment, but it shows that mass Arbiter works. Now, from the map view before the game, you'd see that there's quite a lot of airspace around the main. That's what makes recall so good on this map.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up the point about Mass Arbiter, because there's one thing that I feel like is very underrated. So if you're playing, especially against Zerg, if you stasis mobile detection, Arbiters are infinitely strong, right?
Yeah.
So if you have more stasis than your opponent has mobile detectors, then you actually, it's so crazy because you just never see it, and it's hard to get a million Arbiters, so you get to that point. But if you reach that critical mass, you can actually just run over your opponent. They can't detect anything. So you need static D, and the only way that you get that is with like Terrans who hard push with missile turrets, and even that's kind of rare. So yeah, there's that opportunity here, and we've seen it, like you said, maybe 1 or 2 times before. So kind of we're bringing out all the weird strats today, Kicks. So
Yeah, now
that one might be on the table.
one of the major differences between this game and the last game we saw is when we first opened one gateway into a Nexus, whereas Tech is actually going 2 Nex for, oh sorry, he's going for his second Nexus immediately. Took a 12 Nex there, gonna get away with it because Reyna is not playing any form of style that beats 12 Nex. He's not going for a strong FD or anything. He's now getting his factory. He pulled out of gas, just going now back on now as the factory is about to finish. So he is going to be going for mines first, most likely here, and going for a command center of his own. But this benefits Tech, because if there's no pressure done, if there's no damage done, Tech is going to get exponentially bigger, exponentially faster.
I'm not sure that's how exponents work, Kicks, but
No.
sure, I'll give it to you. The idea is he got away with an economic opening, so sick. Tech is on it. He's going to have a huge economy. He doesn't have to defend it, and yeah, this is exactly the kind of start you want. But I might counter with that by saying that, as soon as he gets scouted, there's always the possibility that you just, you pick up and go as a Terran player, and you can punish the 12 Nexus. And while that may not be an option, the Terran player, Raynor, is just still chilling. He hasn't had to deal with any crazy openings. Sure, there's 3 Zealots headed out across the map. There's already a bunker with a bunch of Marines out, so... Actually, let's see, how many Marines are there?
There's only 2 Marines, and they're running away from the bunker
God.
right now. This
Oh
could
my
be a
God.
little bit
Okay.
dangerous.
Tragedy striking already here. So, ironically, the player that went for the 12 Nexus now actually might have the opportunity to deal terrible, terrible damage to the player who actually went for a much later CC.
Yeah, this could be a little bit risky. I mean, the trouble is the Zealots don't actually know there's nothing there, so they're sitting a little bit further back, waiting for Tech to waiting for Reyna to push forward, and that's going to give Reyna a chance to get back into the base. So that's certainly something.
Wow, you really said it there, Kicks. Yes, indeed it is. He did get that little Scouterino off, and he did get the Marines back to the bunker in time. So, unfortunately, the Zealots really didn't push their advantage, while they might have had a tiny one.
In terms of what's going on in Reyna's base at the moment, going for his second factory, gonna put him at production parity with Tech over here. Now, Tech isn't for third base yet. He's not opting to Tech up, so they're still really unsure exactly what's going on.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so we just tried something to sort out the lag there. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to have done anything at the moment, but hopefully it'll step out. The good thing is it's not affecting the players. The games were played on Sunday this week. In fact, these games I think were played during the middle of the week last week, because BuLL actually went to a big LAN thing in Bolivia at the weekend. So looks like the lag's gone for a second, which is.
Okay, yes, it is all good. I'm glad we got everything sorted out. So I was just making sure there wasn't anything on my end, and I think we should be good for a while. We'll see how long we can survive. Some more Marines coming out. You got the 4 in the bunker, the 2 tanks here. It should be pretty solid. But there's always a world in which you run the Zealots up to the tanks. They get off enough hits. Maybe. Actually, I don't think there's any way you break this, because then you pull SCVs and then everything dies.
Yeah, and the bunker's going to survive for quite a while. So it looks like we're going to have a third base coming up for Tech. Tech actually expanding to his Terran opponent, but I guess when you're in cross positions like this, taking out on the main, whatever way you go is always going to be closer to your opponent. So this is quite possibly the furthest base away from it, from Reyna. So I guess this works out. Going to give him access to that third gas. Now it looks like Reyna wanted to pick up and go, but unfortunately for him there was a lot of Protoss units here, and this is going to be that moment you were talking about. Can he break?
So this is the other moment I was talking about where you pull SCVs. Now, ideally, they were supposed to get up there and kind of do a little bit more tanking. Are they going to repair in time? He doesn't have enough SCVs repairing the bunker. Oh, yes, he does. Just barely. Oh, my God. SCV is the best unit in the game, Kicks. Don't ever let anybody tell you differently.
I'm not so sure about that, Rapid. I have SCVs, and whenever something like that happens, all the SCVs die. Like, I'm just saying. I think there's some weird, weird like black magic being used, like some witchcraft over here, like keeping those SCVs alive.
That was sick. That was sick. All right, you gotta have some respect for Tech as a Protoss player to say, look, I'm gonna go for this. However, you then also have to have a small amount of, thinking emojis in your brain because that was.
Okay.
It's a little bit weird.
Interlude here a second. Are we gonna see the thing that we see to counter 12 next? Just like 5 minutes later, and is it gonna kill Tech? There's a lot of Marines here and a lot of Vultures.
Yeah, you say there's a lot of Marines. He put the 4 out of the bunker. Like,
oh, okay.
You're not gonna see.
Fair enough. He
just pulled the 4 out of the bunker. He's not gonna bunker
the
rush
SCVs
at
back,
this point.
so he had SCVs with it. But there we go. Looks like speed has finished on the Vultures. Gonna get behind the Dragoons here. If he can lace the mines, this could be a dangerous position for Tech to be in.
Oh, he does have some good mines. Good job picking some of them off, but he can't get them all. One does actually explode. A second Dragoon's going to fall just to Marine fire because they're so weakened from these mines. If he goes any farther forward, pull the Marines back, pull the Marines back. He could bait the Vultures into mines, but there's already Vultures, or the Dragoons into mines. Yeah, and this is just going from bad to worse. This is terrible, terrible damage being done here by the Vultures running through. Mines going off everywhere. Mine drag into the probes to add insult to injury. Woo! Rainer killing it.
Oh my god, more mines going off on the Dragoons. It's absolutely insane. So many probes going down to these Vultures now. 4 on this Vulture. Gonna be 5 in the main now. I mean, this third base is up and mining. He's gonna have a wall. But how much damage is Tech gonna have to take before he can defend? Finally, the wall coming up at the front. Just taken so many losses. And even killing another Dragoon in the main with mines.
Oh, he's gonna kill a Dragoon out of the map with mines here too. Wait, what? Why did one of those mines... Oh, the mine exploded the other mine. Oh my god, mines are so dumb.
That's a heartbreaker.
Oh, that's so stupid. What? I mean, that is true justice though. A unit that doesn't cost anything kills its, it's another unit that doesn't cost anything. It's like, okay, well, all is as it should be. But no, that's just super stupid.
But the third base from Rainer is now coming into play. He's getting his third gas up, and this is when Terran starts to get stronger. Now the interest back at home is we actually have 4 factories, 5 factories now, but I'm not seeing an armory anywhere unless it's behind the minimap. Nope, it's not behind the minimap. He's not built an armory just yet. The armory coming up, so Rainer is going to be very, very far behind in his upgrades. He wanted to kill Tech with that move, bet a lot on that, did stop producing tanks for a long, long time as well. And all of a sudden, Tech, if he can hold on long enough, is going to slowly be able to pull himself back out of the hole he just dug himself into by losing so many units.
Oh boy, Kicks. Oh boy. I feel like every series or every game in this series has just been, they've had that little bit of extra spice, and that salt gives us the games that we want to watch but don't want to play. That is actually the true tragedy of Brood War, is that like the games, when you play games like this, you feel like your soul is being sucked out of your body through a straw. But when you watch games like this, you know what it's like to go through this. So it's of course much better to watch than it is to play. That's a lot of terrible Brood War situations. So let's kind of watch how this transpires. There's one lonely tank that's taken an adventure all the way across the map into the natural. Let's see what this guy's fate is.
It looks like he's figured out where it is. I think it's this rally point there, so he's going to pull it back. That guy, he was the scouting tank. He didn't want to waste a scan, so he's just going to send that tank up, get the scout on, pull it back, and at least that's a little bit of a free scout there for Rainer.
You know, when the neighbors move in next door, you want to be a good part of the community. So You take your pie next door, and you're like, "Hey, welcome to." That's what that tank was doing. He was the hospitality tank. It's like, "Hey, welcome to this side of the map. You're saying hi." And yeah, that was probably not where that tank was meant to be. But either way, hey, we're starting to see the Terran player get to that crazy place called 4 base, and actually maybe even 5 if the game goes on much longer. And as a Protoss player, in general, you should have more than that.
And the thing is, there's actually a drop in the main that's not killed too many probes, but does force the probes away from mining. That neighbor tank, his friend went to kill the Protoss, so the guy at the front was actually just a front for the guy going in the back to steal all the TV. But you know what? Looks like that gets taken down. Third base is still mining. There's no pressure being put on by Tech at the moment.
Oh no, more vultures. He's dropped again, and he's just gonna. Oh my god, this is a massacre.
Yeah, this is a lot of damage being taken by Tech. This kind of reminds me of the last time Tech played against Reyna. Tech played really well in the early game, got away with a little bit of a greedy play, and then he just kind of got pulled apart by constant harassment. Reyna, really good at this. Like, he doesn't have the quickest upgrades. He doesn't go for those big 2-1 timing attacks. He just builds a lot of units and just uses them really well.
Indeed he does. He is just making the most out of every single unit that he has. And even now that Tech is pushed across the map, what are you going to do? Like, there's Goliaths, turrets, vultures. Ideally, there'd be some mines. Yeah, there are some mines. And tanks in Siege mode, there's even a science vessel. So you can't even get an observer forward enough to kill the mines.
Yeah,
oh, here he goes. Turret.
Now, we saw a Protoss try and attack like this before today first, and it didn't quite work out.
Ooh, doesn't actually happen there. Nice D-Matrix on the tank in the front. The Zealots wisely bypassing, and they will actually take out all the tanks behind it. But
oh man!
Oh, he drops the question mark.
I don't think.
It says what? Doko desu ka? Donde estás? Where are you at? That's not where you're supposed to be.
But well, do you know what Tech just said? Any ideas?
Oh, sorry, I didn't actually read it.
Oh, it was like Tuno or something. I don't know Spanish.
Oh,
so...
it was basically like, why not?
Oh. Oh yeah, okay, that would make sense, especially with the question mark as well. But Reyna gonna go for the immediate counterattack. The amount of mines that have been laid in between this natural and the third base now. This is one dead Protoss base. I don't think there's anything the Tech has in this map that can deal with these tanks.
He doesn't
right
have
now.
An observer with it. Yeah, there's no observer to see the mines, so he's just gonna have to run straight through. Maybe he's gonna try to go around and bypass. That would actually be probably a good way to handle it. But yeah, you need an observer.
Yeah, maybe he's going for a base trade here. This looks like what he's going to do, but look at the amount of units that Reyna has back home. The macro really starting to kick in. Mines coming in the front as well. No observer again. And this is where things start to get hairy. That natural nexus, or the third nexus, going down. Oh my god. That's just so much damage coming in from Reyna. I think Reyna has done it. Reyna has killed nearly all of Tech's units. The nexus, somehow, is still alive. I think the tanks have just been killing probes. This tank is on 19 kills.
Oh my goodness. Oh, hero tank, what a legend. Well, it's not gonna stop there, Kicks. We're just gonna see quite a few. 22 kills now. Oh, my man.
Two Forges unpowered as well. This is not looking too good for Tech. Tech did well, but Reyna, unfortunately for Tech, just did a little bit better. Tech not taking the engagements that he needs to, and just leave the game?
That was my own form of BM. Whoops, no, I accidentally hit the wrong button. My bad.
You left the game, and then as you did that, Tech left the game, so...
Did I leave the game before he did?
Yeah, you did, yeah.
Oh.
Well...
Okay. Unintentional, I promise, but wow, what great timing there at the end. Oh,
yeah.
Man. Well, I mean, hey, congratulations to Reyna. He salvages his team.
Yeah, he does. It's 2-1 now to BuLL. We're still now only going into Game 4. We're currently 4 hours, 15 minutes into the cast. We're going to go into our 4th game of this evening, which is gonna be DM's Kimchi versus BuLL's Mio. So without further ado, I'm gonna load up the replay quickly and going pretty fast because I know it's insanely late for you.
Well, early. It's 9 a.m.
Oh
So
yeah.
let's go.
Okay. Where are we? So Arena won that game. If you just join the replay, we should be good.
Oh, okay. Sick. I am in.
Okay, so just to quickly go through the basics, and not really too much to say about either of these players, more to say about FlyMio, so we'll just quickly have a look at how he's done throughout the STPL so far. But here he is in all of his glory. He's at a 37% win rate, beat Darkish, lost to Hoenny on Zerg in TVC, so this is going to be a TVC. His opponent is going to be Kimchi. Kimchi is a new player here for DM. Not sure how good he is. I like his name though, but I'm in a bit of a pickle here because I can't really explain anything about his playstyle. Let's quickly introduce our next map. Okay, so that takes us to our fourth map of this series. It's Great Barrier Reef. It's a 3-player map. Not going to do all the drawing on the map here for now because it is going to be a TVC. Quite straightforward of where the expansions are going to go and everything like that, but it's going to be a little bit harder for our Zerg player here to get that third gas. He's going to have to take the other main. So we'll have to see how that's going to go as we get into game number 4. It's Kimchi versus FlyMio, and as I see that, I haven't actually started the replay.
Nice. Oh, it's been a kind of a long day of STPL, but if you guys have enjoyed it, make sure to follow STPL on Twitter at STPL TV and hit the follow button right up above Kicks' streams. Sub if you can, stay a while and watch some amazing games of Brood War. So here we go, getting into our last game, or our potentially last game of the series.
Okay, so starting us off here in the top middle of your screen, we do have the Orange Zerg fighting for DM. It's their rookie, it's Kimchi.
And his opponent in the blue on the right-hand side of your screen is FlyMio, playing Terran for BuLL.
And apparently, I don't know how I've managed to do that, but I somehow managed to, in my overlay, type 1 and 2 under Kimchi's position as like the weird. I don't know if you get this when you type in Korean Rapid, but where you get the kind of weird text where you type with a Korean keyboard but in English.
Oh, yeah.
So I got that, and it obviously didn't happen in the font, so there's just 2 boxes. They just fixed it. All good.
Nice. Killing it, Kicks.
In terms of where these players are from, all of BuLL, as far as I'm aware, are from Bolivia. I know that I've been asking the team captains to tell me where everybody's from. Not entirely sure if I know where Kimchi's from, but I mean, it's yeah, it's kind of hard to tell where everyone's from. There's people from all over the world playing in the STPL. It's truly a global tournament. I think the one major area that there isn't any players from is China, but I mean, there's not too many Chinese Brood War players. And the ones that we've done duo matches with the Chinese players, especially Yeon Zerg, but the connection hasn't been that great, so it's been a little bit difficult.
Yeah, no, especially like even playing on the Chinese server, even though here in Korea we're pretty close to it, there's quite a bit of of latency there. Oh yeah, even though there are actually quite a few show matches that go on between like Korean pro players and Chinese players, but
Yeah.
it is yeah, it's a struggle.
Now, this is the first TC we're going to see today, so it could possibly be the last as well, depending on
Wow.
how this game goes. It's kind of insane to think. Huge thank you, a big blue blitz for the tier 1 sub, means a hell of a lot, man. Hopefully you've been enjoying what you've been seeing. I saw you said you love the STPL, and that warms my cold heart. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much for the support. Big fan. The games themselves will definitely justify any and all subs or follows because they are actually so good today. So you're getting your money's worth.
Yeah, and the good thing is, you picked the right time to get involved in watching the STPL as well. There was a big break between round 3 and round 4 for both personal reasons and also the fact that Christmas happened around that time as well. So we've just started round 4. We're going to be going at least for another 7 weeks. And then we also have the playoffs and the grand final playoffs after that. So there's going to be a very, very constant schedule over the next at least 8 to 9, 10 weeks. So that's always cool. And it looks like Kimchi knows what he's doing, did manage to glitch a drone through the back of that back minerals, and he's actually going to take the 3rd base from the other natural, the other main even, to get that extra gas.
Yeah, this is so we didn't actually talk too much about this during our like map overview. This is definitely one of the things that you can do, especially if you're just absolutely desperate to take a safe base. And one of the differences between Outsider and this is that it's actually easier to get a base that looks like this, where you have the minerals and the gas. And so, wow, this is really a great start for Kimchi. He gets that super fast other base. You might be a little bit scared here for a second, but he's already got a sunken up, so that means any marine rush is not going to work.
Yeah, he's going to have to wait until he gets some medics in here. They're going to be a way off because he's actually going into the mech. So we've had some weird games. We've seen some non-standard plays. And why would it end here in game number 4? We're going to see some mech versus Zerg. Not the most common opening. There's many disadvantages to going mech. Now, as a player who followed Fancy, he started playing Brood War pretty much. Well, not since I started playing, but since I started following Brood War. Fancy went mech a lot. People figured out how to play against mech pretty quickly. You just mass expand, you get a lot of gas, and you just overwhelm them. Or you go to Hatchery Muta, which obviously we're not going to see here, or you just go Mass Hydra and just Mass Expand. So there's plenty of options for Kimchi to have here. Obviously, Neo is going to be trying to build as much as he can. Huge terror for the host there. You guys have tuned in at the perfect time. We're getting into game 4. This could lead on to an ace match, could not. Have to find out as we get through this game.
Yeah, you picked a good time to kind of come in here. It's kind of the apex of the game itself. So let's see what's going to go on here. I mean, I would expect to see kind of a pretty standard TVZ, but it doesn't look like we're going to be going for SK Terran. We're getting some vultures out. We're working on our armories. So this is actually going to be a really cool mech versus Zerg, because I don't know, most of the games I've been seeing involves heavy bio.
Yeah, heavy bio is certainly the most standard play. There are different variations of mech you can play. You can either go tanks into Goliaths, you can just go mass Goliaths. But Kimchi knows how to play against mech. He's building his Queen's Nest. He already has secure 3rd gas. And the benefit of taking this base over the other possible 3rd gas locations, you can't get vultures over there to harass. There's mineral lines blocking you both sides. How are you ever going to go and harass that base? Are you ever going to scout for that base realistically? And if we look at Flymeo, kind of had a look around for a 3rd base, not seen anything yet, so he might look to scan. But still, I mean, not really too much going on.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna need dropships at some point, and I don't think that's unreasonable. Actually, we're getting vehicle. Wait, is this an armor first build?
Yeah, so when you're going for mass Goliaths, go for
Yeah.
armor first. mainly when you're expecting Muteless, but the thing is, if he was expecting Muteless, it'd be here already, and also he's got his engineering bay incredibly late, so he'd probably actually just die against a Muta build here.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that doesn't help you. Like you can have armored Goliaths and Charon boosters, and you still die to mutas because you have no turrets. Like Goliaths are not the straight up answer to mutas. But if you're going back, obviously yes, you're gonna get Goliaths out. The other thing is like you remember like maybe back like a year ago, like there's this 5-fact Goliath all in versus Zerg.
Yeah.
And you would just you just walk across the map and kill him. It's so stupid. Thankfully, our Terran players have grown a conscience between then and now, and we're not down to those shenanigans. But actually, there was a build that was similar to this that got shown in ASL round of 24, where it involved like heavy early Goliath production, and it did pretty well. So I don't know exactly what to expect here, but I'm excited because you don't get a chance to watch too much Mech VZ. So you're right, Kimchi does know how to play against this, so he is just getting an insanity numbers of drones. He's starting to get his tech up and just speed rocketing towards super late game Hive. Because one thing that you can do with Bio that you can't do with Mech is heal it. Like you can try to repair, but repairing mass Mech is so expensive.
It's also so difficult as well.
Oh yeah.
Like, you can watch Flash and he'll do it, but that's because Flash is SCV. They have their own like AI or something.
Oh, it's auto repair.
Yeah, he has auto repair when he plays. I mean, the major difference between this and a normal TD is you can see just how strong the Zerg is already. He's going up to Ultralisk Cabin at 8 minutes, going into Aspire at 8 minutes. This is not something you would normally see. He's already secured 3 bases. And the thing is, FlyMeo still doesn't know about it. He doesn't have any scans. This is a big mistake he's made. Now, obviously going for mech, think, well, I don't need an academy early on. But you do. Scans are so unbelievably important. Not going to see this base for so long.
Yeah, and actually, a lot of times you'll see players like go for scan before turrets even, because you might not need them at all. As is, obviously, you have to worry about mutas just because there's such a easy way to die early. But like I said, they're just not there. This is essentially, I don't know if you want to call this crazy Zerg, but we did some speed running, and we're already hitting chitinous plating for ultras. So, like, I don't know what you're expecting to do. Obviously, mech is strong, but how is FlyMeo going to take a third base? Like,
not only that, but mech is strong when you have a lot of tanks, and FlyMeo is only just now starting up his tanks. So Goliaths against ultras, that's not a fight Goliaths are gonna win if there's more than one ultra. It's not good. Like it's hard.
Yes, Goliaths are spectacularly bad against ultras, so that is not the way to go for sure.
Now, FlyMeo scanned for an ultra at the natural, for the main base at Hive. So he's seen everything that he pretty much needs to see despite not seeing third base. So he's probably thinking, hey, what's this guy doing? Going ultra off 2 base. This is silly, like, come on. The way you're playing around, he's going to push forward with his Goliaths. He's going to be in for a nasty surprise when he gets to this base.
Oh my goodness. Well, here we go. He's going to see, there's already ultras out. They already have chitinous. We're already getting adrenal upgrades. So, well, congratulations. You're pushing a Zerg with 1 tank.
Yep. You know what? 1 tank's all you need. When it's just against Sunkens.
Well, yeah, but I mean, this is just stalling to buy for time. Like, those Sunkens are not supposed to kill anything. They're just, like, there to force the tank to hit it.
Yeah.
Now he's got, 2 tanks.
One scary thing is the Hydra Den is really, really far forward. And as good as it is to have this base over here, he can't build units from it. Because the units can't get out. He doesn't have a Nidus. And without a Nidus, that's 1 dead hatchery worth of production. Like, you can't really do anything with this. It has good drone saturation over there, but that doesn't help you when you've got a Terran mech army barreling down your front. FlyMeo is taking a 3rd base as well, and it's got a gas, so things are looking good for FlyMeo.
I mean, there are 6 ultras on the way, Kicks. So like, yeah, okay. Oh no, he's contained. He's gonna scan, yeah, he's not gonna see the ultras pop out of the eggs, but he knows they're there. And these are 3-1 ultras now. They don't have ultra speed, but look, he's just gonna like run this over.
I don't know. That's a lot of Goliaths.
Okay, so he didn't go all at once. So yeah, those first 2 ultras die for free. That's obviously not good. And he's not actually focusing the tanks. Okay, he's on one of them, but yeah, you are correct, Kicks. This is not the best way to do this.
Yeah, ultras on their own are not powerful. You need lings, you need cracklings.
Yeah.
Ultras...
Yeah, because the idea is it takes so long to kill the ultras that you have to either focus the ultras or the lings.
Yeah, and if you focus the ultras, the lings kill everything. So, I mean, he does get a good trade, realistically, but FlyMio still has a lot of units, and he's still pushing forward. He's securing his 3rd gas behind this as well. And all of a sudden, Kimchi is in a little bit of trouble. This is not looking good for Kimchi right now. That's a lot of gas to be throwing away.
I mean, he is going to have ultra speed here in moments, but yeah, you're correct. The idea is you're supposed to like break out of there. Oh, he's got lings now. Maybe you can mind drag here? Okay, he gets 1 tank with the mind drag, but I mean, you actually need the lings. Like, that's the thing. Okay, so now we've got ultra ling, and this actually should go much better.
Yeah, Ultra Ling is definitely going to do better, especially with both have speed. And not having speed in that first engagement was a really big problem for Kimchi. He needed to sort of bridge the gap between the units. Now the Bling's going to get on top of the tanks. That's no more splash. And oh, there's some good mines though.
Yes, well, or bad as the case may be, but he is going to actually clean this up. And that's what I said. It just goes so much better when you have the lings and the ultras paired with each other.
Yeah, and all of a sudden the met count of FlyMio is reset. There's no more tanks. Well, I say that, there's 2 more tanks pushed forward. But the less tanks you have, the harder it becomes. You need that critical mass of tanks. Without that, Mech is just not strong against Zerg, and he doesn't have any additional upgrades going.
Wait, yeah, what? Did he just stop? Oh, okay, wow. And look at this split. This is beautiful by Kimchi. He's saying, look, I haven't been out on the map for a while, been contained, so let's get out there and find out what's going on. So he's spreading Zerglings, he's clearing mines, and he's just getting so much map vision, which is something that FlyMio definitely does not have.
Yeah, no, FlyMio even seen the base yet. No, he still doesn't know about this 3rd base.
Wow. I mean, that's what happens when you delay scan for so long.
And Mind Flayer, just to confirm, I mean, you missed out the first part of that where I said if you don't have a lot of tanks, mech just isn't strong. It's the tanks that make the mech strong. Yeah, I mean...
That's right. The tanks are the vitamin D to the calcium of the rest of the mech army. It's like it doesn't matter if you have a lot of calcium if you don't have the vitamin D necessary to absorb the calcium into your body. There's your nutritional information for the day.
Now things are getting a little bit interesting here. We have a drone trying to move down to this bottom left main. Try and take a hatchery, but Vulture's going to get there before it can start.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit
Good luck with that one, buddy. That was definitely an optimistic drone. That's like when you're contained, you're just like, all right, go run for help. He's like, well, I'll try. And you just get like, shot in the head on your way out the door. It's like, well, that's not how you do it. But anyway, this is not a good time to be a drone trying to take a base. And in fact, it's not a good time to be really a drone anywhere on the map because they are going to have their hands full once the next push comes through.
Yeah, now this is a lot of Zerg units, but once again, you can really see the difference of not having that additional hatchery worth of production. There is finally a Nidus canal over here, as well as a little bit of lag. Not sure what's going on here again. I do apologize to all people watching. This doesn't really happen. Seems to be a weird thing that's happening today. But this one Ultra, if it gets chimed to it, like hit all of these vultures, they will all die. It's just a case of chasing them.
Wow, Cracklings are just the best unit. Oh my god. Okay, well, never mind. Mines are the best unit. I take it back.
If I pause the replay and unpause it.
Oh wow, that totally fixed it.
Yeah, wow. I'm the king of IT support. I mean, that's why they pay me the big bucks.
Did you try plugging and unplugging the replay, Kicks? Turning it off and back on? There you go.
could have done, but that would have been more annoying. But there we go. Looks like Ling's moving forward into the mines. Does need to be careful. There's a lot of ultras, but this is so many mines out on the middle of the map.
Oh, popping an ultra there from the moral victory. Wow, this is yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is really rough for Kimchi. What's he gonna do? Like, there's huge minefields everywhere. Vultures just running around, like wreaking havoc, and the gas counts grow, or the tank counts growing this entire time now. I guess one big saving grace could be consume. It's about finished up here, and so once you get consumed, then you can start dark swarming your way out, and defending your bases. Another base taken out just by these vultures here. So, ooh, oh, actually, he's not gonna kill it. Sick, nice save.
Yeah, now the hatchery does survive. The Ultra is going to chase down these vultures. And unfortunately the drone going down to the bottom left is going to go down again. Unless he saves it. Oh my god, the drone. That is the king drone. He is going to go put that hatchery down in the other main. But what is he going to do against all the vultures heading towards his main? Looks like a large number of mines going down on those Zerglings there. Yeah, the one benefit...
I mean, hey...
I'll let you go first.
No, I'll let you go first, Kix.
Okay, well I was going to say the one benefit for Flymeo is he does have his third gas. And when you're going mech, the most important component is that third gas. As long as you're mining from one base, you can turtle for a while. So Flymeo is certainly down, but he's not out. He's actually ahead in supply of the Zerg now. His tank count's going up and up and up, and he's getting really good trades with these vultures away on these lings. So, oh my god. No, that's not supposed to happen. 2 drones just going down to a mine.
Yeah, drones don't set off mines.
Wait,
I thought they were immune, Kix.
That ling killed not only 2 drones, it also killed an ultra with 1 mine. Or with 2 mines.
Traitor ling! We found him.
Send that ling to jail. Okay, it looks like we're going to have another base coming up in the 12 o'clock position. So slowly but surely Kimchi is starting to expand his tendrils on the map. Slowly infesting the map, as it were. Shame he won't be infesting any command centers this game.
Ah.
But
hey, don't speak too soon, Kix. We might have one.
Oh my god, this link split is actually really good against that mine. I don't know how he did it. I'm gonna... Okay, the pause on pause trick didn't work on the replay this time.
Oh.
Oh my god, that mine train could have been horrific over on those vultures. The mine was in...
We tried. We're just trying to, like, the reason this game is going on is so we can show you how many units mines can kill from dragging into them. We're just taking a little bit of time.
Yeah, and we're taking extra time because of this weird shudderiness of the replay.
Yeah, we usually don't have this. This is a little strange.
Okay, I've completely paused the replay.
Alright.
Second. Maybe it's buffering. I don't know. Maybe there's some weird tech thing going on, so just unpause it. Okay, no, it didn't work. It must have been a complete fluke last time.
We thought we had it, but unfortunately, no. So it usually fixes itself, so it'll be done here in a second.
Okay, so it looks like an egg got killed by a mine at this hatchery in the bottom left.
Wow, what can't mines kill?
Buildings.
I don't know, man.
Oh my god, he's finally found the base. He's gonna double drop. And now the irony is, he has no units that can get over to deal with this, so that Ultralisk gap is gonna go down.
Wow, how the tables have turned. Yeah, wow, so no more Ultras for now, but he's doing a Muta switch, so we'll see how effective this is. Or maybe not a Muta switch, I just saw 1 Muta in production. Maybe that's to kill Plague Science Vessels.
He's got 3 of them now. Now, the problem is he doesn't actually have the gas to do this. There's not that many Goliaths though, so this could work. This is still kind of crazy. It could still be the way at the moment. Oh, I said mines can't kill buildings, but vultures can. Nidus Canal going down in the bottom left. That's going to be another dead hatchery, and the trouble is he's too scared to send units down there because he just doesn't know where any of the mines are. Saves his third base, though.
I mean, what are you going to do at this point? I'm just like, well,
Oh my
Look
god.
at this drop. This drop is
Yeah.
actually way more effective than I thought it was going to be. He gets the Dark Swarm up instantly. So hard to do. And so unfortunately, the only thing that does damage under Dark Swarm is splash damage from the tanks, and most of them actually aren't sieged. He's actually got to siege up in the face of all this Zerg, but eventually he will actually kill it all.
Yeah, he's gonna kill
And
everything.
actually, so it's weird because we just saw tanks kill a single Defiler under Dark Swarm. Theoretically, the damage that kills units is from the splash, right? But actually, I think from what I understand, some shots like miss, and so the splash hits. What happens there? That's so weird.
The way that I think it's only actually, yeah, so it's only the splash that works, but the way the splash works in a Dark Swarm is it hits in front of the unit. So it doesn't do any damage technically, the animation does the damage, but then because the animation misses, it doesn't work. But the Defiler for some reason was slightly outside of the Dark Swarm, so I think that was what led to its death. But those 4 meters were actually for a Guardian switch. Now, Guardian's obviously not super strong against mech when you get 3-3, but it's still only 2-2. The Guardians are actually just waiting for the SCVs to come over here to get some extra kills. Now we do have another drop lining up at this bottom middle base, but this is so many tanks going into the natural.
Well, he is continuing to kill SCVs there, essentially shutting that base down. Unfortunately, he doesn't shut down the gas mining, which is, I think, most of what you want there.
Well, he's going to shut down the natural as well, so Flymeo isn't going to be mining. But can Kimchi actually defend against this? Oh, he's going to be dropping Zerglings on the tank as well. This is going to be so crazy. There's actually a drop down the bottom middle that's not unloading.
Are there really no Goliaths with this drop? Okay, well, everything will die to these Zerglings, or the Mutas and Guardians.
Yeah, there was Goliaths, but there was only about 4 of them, and they all died.
Oh.
So these, oh my god, the Guardians are actually still attacking the SCVs. There's actually 8 kills, 9 kills on them now. And Kimchi is slowly but surely picking Flymeo apart. It's been a long time coming in this game, but there's still more harassment damage being done by Flymeo. The tanks in the top left not managing to kill the hatchery, not managing to kill the drones, but still managing to get something done, and the bottom left base looks like it's going to go down as well.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I don't think there's anything that's going to stop this push. Maybe if he rotates quickly enough with the Mutas, but even still, I think that's enough Goliath. So the drop in the main, though, is getting so much damage done. Cracklings on top of the production lines, and so maybe a couple of Vultures can kind of stem the tide, but there's Ultras here, too.
Yep, oh my god, this drop in the main, this is going to do so much damage. So many Cracklings going to town on one of the armories, taking it down. The second armory actually defended by flanking supply depots, making it very hard to kill those.
Wow.
Mines are just doing so much damage in this main right now. There's still units going to town though in the bottom left. There's just so much happening absolutely everywhere at the moment. TVZ, what a matchup.
I was just watching the beauty that is this drop continue to deal damage. It's weird, like you have one Crackling anywhere, and as long as it's just alive, it will kill everything. It's so upsetting how strong those units are. And look, they're still going to town.
Yep, Zerglings just do so much damage to buildings. Now I do apologize for the lag. It's a little bit of a weird thing that's only happening today. We've never had this before, and I've been casting now with Rapid for nearly a year, so kind of insane. It's kind of been on and off. I'll see if I can fix it in between the next 2 games, but I don't think it's realistically anything on either of our PC sides. I think it's the server being funny. It looks like Kimchi is moving in with possibly a force big enough to kill, but look at the mines going down on all of those lings. The Mulus going down, the Wraiths actually coming into play now as well. And Kimchi trying to go for a big drop. Can he make this work?
We'll see. I think, okay, so the Ultras get out, but actually what you need are the Dark Swarms. Like, Dark Swarms what makes the drops work. He does have Guardians here, so but their array's out now, so the surprise is over. We're done with the Guardian play.
Yeah, the Guardian play's done. The Guardian goes down immediately. There's still 3 Overlords down here in the bot middle, nothing in them to drop. And suddenly Kimchi is down in supply, not mining it as natural anymore. Main is almost mined out. His 3rd and 4th bases, 3rd base definitely nearly gone. But look at Flymio's army, it's so big at this stage in the game, he's pushing forward. Oh, he's loading up Overlords, but...
I had to sneeze, but yeah, he's gonna try to drop on this. Maybe that'll work, but
the full Overlord just died. Yeah, that's gonna be it. I think Kimchi doesn't have any more units.
Wow, I mean, you know, the game will go on at least a little bit, but I think you are in fact quite correct there, Kix. It is perhaps not going to be a good death. You know, this is not. If you're a Viking, this is the worst way you want to die. Like, there's no honor in Valhalla for this death. It's like, well, yeah, it's going to be a little bit slow and painful.
Yeah, now we do have a Defiler with full energy and Darkstorm, but the trouble is the Wraiths are going to kill it before things are too late. Looks like it's got under the spawn, but look at how many tanks there are at his main. We have an engagement going into that top middle base as well. The final bastion of Kimchi in this game gonna be taken down, and Flymio, despite being on just 1 base mining now, well, there's kind of 2 bases barely mining, looks like he's gonna be able to hold on, trying to load up Zerglings into Overlords again, but there's so many Goliaths here. They've got 2/2 upgrades, and they're just completely wrecking face.
They sure are, yeah. When you're having to Darkstorm your own main, not the opponent's main, then yeah, there's some struggles going on there. And obviously this is pretty over at this point. Kimchi is super dead, so. But it's not like he has not had strong positions in this game. He actually was in a really good spot. That drop to the Terran main cleared out so much. But once that base got found and Flymio shut it down, I think that was kind of the writing on the wall. So actually that's going to tie things up and take us to an ace match after everything.
Yeah, now funnily enough, Flymio had so much save scan energy, he's just scanning every other base on the map to see there's no additional Zerg bases, so I can't believe that Flymio did this, honestly. Kimchi looked like there was no way he was going to lose this game, and somehow Flymio pulled himself back from the pits of despair, manages to take down army after army, and this last desperation move by Kimchi not going to work out. The things actually just dropping 1 by 1 into death, and GG! Flymio to the ace match.
Wow, nice. Beautiful comeback. When you're down 0-2, going to the ace match is super hard to do. So, very well played there, Flymio. Utilizing the powerful Terran units, and of course, great strategical decision making. There at the end, to pull it back and give us this 5th game.
Yeah, so I mean, this is kind of crazy, but as Yakula said, like, the players today, they don't want to give up. They want to win so bad, they will stay in until they've got absolutely nothing left, and I respect that. That's good stuff. We're gonna go into a TP. I'm gonna go for a quick break, just because I need to give my voice 1 second to recover, and I need some water, so see you guys in just a sec. Okay guys, welcome back to the STPL. We're going to be heading into the ace match between BuLL and DM. It's been a very long series to get us here. I think every single game has reached about 30 minutes, which is not something that generally happens. I mean, usually there was a round 3 where it was like games don't go over 6 minutes. And it seems like games don't go for less than 30 minutes today. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think we're now on 4.5 hours of broadcasting.
5 hours.
We'd be about. Oh yeah, I guess you're right. Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
well we are just having a marathon here. So, wait, we started at 5, right? Well, at 5 a.m. my time.
Twitch says 4 hours 53 minutes, so I don't know how this is, unless the stream cut out at some point.
What?
It's been more than 5 hours, actually. No. It's 4 hours 35 minutes. I don't know. Oh, it's because I put up a live soon screen a little bit earlier. But, okay.
Ah, okay. We did it. We figured it out.
Yeah, we've worked it out. Brains both dead. Casting long time. English no good no more. But, let's introduce our players. We are going to have for BuLL. It's going to be Rainer himself. Now, he's going to be playing another TVP here, so some of the guys in chat might want to guess who it's going to be, but it should be quite obvious who's going to come in for DM. But DM, once again, sending out, it's going to be PRL. So PRL showed us an incredibly weird game before. I don't know if we're going to see such a weird game here because it is a PvT. He played a PvZ before. But this should be a 6 series. Nonetheless, we're going to be going into a map we haven't seen that much of so far in this STPL round. Obviously, we're only in week 1, so there's still lots of time to go. But we're going to be moving in to Fortress FE now. Fortress FE, a really cool map. Going to introduce it in a second. Be loading up the right thing here. And let's get started. So see you guys after the... Okay guys, so here it is, Fortress FE for the first time in this round of the STPL. It's going to be back in a couple of weeks as map 1, but just to take you through the main map features, we have 4 spawns. We're going to be this spawn and this spawn in this location. Now, one of the major map features about this map are the 4 corner bases. Now, the ones that's likely going to come into play is this one down here. Now, if you can here, it's actually defended by an installation gate, and I realize I'm drawing over something you can't see, but now you can. The installation gates you cannot go through with anything but a worker mineral walking, so workers can transfer to the base, but units cannot get down there without dropships. Now, in TVP, there was an amazing TVP between, I believe it was Flash and Best, back in 2010, where basically Flash just dropped Best to death. It was kind of insane. There's a lot of open space in the main, in the natural as well, to really abuse those dropships, but the same to be said about shuttles and reavers as well. It's going to be a sick map to see a TVP on. I can't wait any longer. Let's get into the game. Okay, and starting us off here in the 9 o'clock position, we do have the green Protoss fighting 4 PM. It's PRL.
That's right, and his opponent down at 6 o'clock location, the blue is Terran. It's Rainer playing for BuLL. Dude, I'm so excited that we get a chance to watch this again. If we get another Sky Toss game, truly a blessed day.
A blessed day, but it wouldn't be a blessed day for Rainer because Sky Toss Maybe if it scouts again, that'd be cool. Maybe PRL's just gonna be the scout man. Like, maybe that's just his thing now. All he does is build scouts. That'd be so sick. PvP scouts
What a
immediately. That'd be great.
what a reputation to have as a Protoss player.
It's better, to be honest. If we're thinking about the reputations that Protoss players have, Scout Man is probably one of the nicest.
Yeah, I mean, at least you're not a gateway man, right?
You know, there's a lot of people saying Gateway Man is not a good thing. People need to watch Kingdoms games, man. I know they're old, I know it's been a while, but pure Gateway does work. You just need impeccable storms. And that's what these Gateway men of New have been missing out on. They need their High Templar and they need Jangbi storms, which is unfortunately something no one else has been able to emulate in the entire history of the game. So hopefully someone can pick those up soon and get those storms going and really make Gateway Man a thing.
Hopefully. We'll see. It's going to take a lot.
Yeah, now we got 2 gates against 1 barracks gas fast expand, most likely here. Could still see 2 factory. Now, if we did see 2 factory against 2 gateway, then I'm going to have to say this is probably going to be the quickest game of the series, just off the bat, but we could still see a fast expansion coming in here from Reyna. It is going to be 2 gateway zealot, no gas as of yet from PRL.
Yeah, so if you're not going to go for a gas at this point, then that means that, I mean, you're going to be a little bit of a gateway man. So 2 gates and a dream. We'll see how much damage these zealots can get done, because he still hasn't scouted correctly, right? So he's looking. Oh, he's going to send the first zealot north. I mean, I guess you have to do this, right?
Yeah.
But it's going to mean that the 2 gateway pressure is going to be more delayed than you want.
Yeah, now we do have, it is going to be a 1 factory fast expand, no extra guys on gas. Now, is Reyna going to continue to build Marines? He doesn't even have a Marine yet, so unless he's hiding one. So there's definitely no Marine as of yet. He's going to be building a bunker at his gas. Good choice. That is going to allow him to defend against this a little bit easier, but PRL is rallying his zealots to the wrong base. Oh no! He took a gamble, and the gamble did not pay off.
Yeah, why do you send your second zealot to the same place as your first zealot? I mean, I guess that's the, okay, I want to make it work, but if it doesn't work, it really doesn't work. So, I mean, the worst thing than, you know, going to the wrong place is that you went to the wrong place and you were scouted. So now there's just like more time in the world. Like, he's got a bunker up with Marines in the main.
Yeah, bunker up with Marines, vultures on the way as well. Now, of course, when this Cybernetics core comes in, suddenly the vultures you've built, suddenly the bunker you've built, doesn't matter too much because Dragoons just kill you, but that's going to be a while off. Cybernetics core only just now finishing up, and range is going to be a while off yet as well.
Sorry, I didn't catch the last part. It lagged out.
Range is going to be a while off.
Yes. So it's not like we're going to be able to like really end the game by pushing Dragoons across the map. But I mean, for the most part, I mean, what are these zealots going to do here? Oh, wait, what?
Walling him in.
He's walling him in? Wait, okay, so it's not a wall because the zealots can walk through.
Yeah, but vultures can't get out, and that's the main thing.
Yeah. So this is a defensive play where you make sure. Actually, there's already a vulture in the main though.
That is a very good point, Rapid, but it doesn't have any kills as of yet. 2 Dragoons, nice wall on this vulture as well. Gonna get 1 probe, not really worth it. And those 4 zealots in the main actually doing quite a bit of damage, taking down one of those supply depots.
Oh, I guess the vulture did die in the main, so
yeah,
we're good.
Yeah, the Dragoons killed it. So. But this is the purpose of this wall. It means that no matter what he does, Reyna cannot chase this vulture. He can't rush speed, and he can't rush mines because he just can't get out of his main. I think he actually just cancelled one of the vulture upgrades. I think he was going for speed and then he cancelled it.
Oof. Wow, well, I mean, this is really interesting. Obviously, fast vultures with a wall in front of them are pretty slow vultures, so it's just going to get siege mode and maybe try to break out of here eventually.
Wait, he's cannon containing him, maybe. He's got a forge.
Yeah, if you cannon contain at this point, big props. I don't think he's going to do that because obviously siege mode is pretty good against cannons, and that's what you need to bust out of here. But I do like what he's doing. What Raynor's doing. He's leaving the wall up because it means Dragoons can't push through there. And that's actually what you don't want. You don't want to
Yeah.
be jumped on by Dragoons at this point. So he's like, oh, okay, I'll just build my command center. I'm chilling. It's sure it sucks to be contained, but he's just going to bust out with siege mode, and then I think he'll just be totally safe, right?
I mean, it appears to be. It's going to be a little bit precarious as he pushes forward with this tank. We're obviously PRL hiding his units quite far back. Has done a good bit of practice on this map to make sure he knows where to position his units and when. I mean, obviously he is supply blocked because he did just lose 2 of his pylons, but things are still looking a bit weird. Like, obviously if Reyna can get this expansion up, all of a sudden PRL is just incredibly far behind. This is a lot of units. The wall is gone now. There's only 1 tank. There's not enough units here, Rapid, I don't think.
I mean, siege mode is siege mode, man. You got to get on top of the tanks to punish them. And I think actually, okay, he's pulling the boys. All right, SCVs can actually totally salvage that. They're going to function kind of like vultures and just buffer zone against this Zealot. So if the Zealot dies before it kills these tanks in the background, obviously the Dragoons are never going to get on top of the tank because of the wall of SCVs. And then once again, SCVs, they're the best unit in the game.
I really don't like games like this for perpetuating that fake news, but yeah, things are not looking too good for Reyna, but PRL has lost a lot of units to make this happen. Reyna ahead in supply now. PRL trying to get his Nexus up. Well, I was gonna say that's gonna be a long time behind the command center, but you had to build that command center so far back. That's gonna take another 15-20 seconds to even fly to the natural, so that's kind of insane.
What? This is so weird. Okay, so yeah, it's a massively delayed expansion. Delayed expansion for PRL, obviously, as well. And so what, like exactly what I said earlier, it's weird because after all of that, we're going to get back to kind of a normal game.
Yeah. You know what? That leads back to the entire thing I mentioned earlier, where there's kind of like a set thing of what games are supposed to look like. And no matter how weird the opening is, how weird the middle is, kind of end up in the same place. But obviously the situations are entirely different, but you kind of have the same units, same buildings. It's just the time you get there is different. I mean, we're going to have Reavers coming in here for PRL. This is a good choice for this map, without a doubt. There is a lot of turrets already, though, from Reyna, so he's getting prepared.
Yeah, he's going to be totally ready. Both players at this point, once you right the ship, right? Once you get everything back under control, the only thing on your mind is just like, holy crap, I don't want to die to anything else. So you just make sure that you're solid against whatever the follow-up could be, because you realize, hey, I'm hashtag blessed, right? I got a second chance to play this game. I don't want to blow it by losing to something cheesy.
Yeah. And looks like Reyna gonna go into +1 attack quite early. Well, I say early, it's actually quite delayed, but early for this situation. He's going into a second factory. PRL going into a hidden base in the top right hand corner because lives in PRL play. He's good at this stuff. This is him. This is pure PRL.
Pure PRL. All right. Yeah, it's pure, unadulterated, concentrated, injected straight into the veins. PRL. And I love it. I love it. I'm a little bit sad to see faster gravitic drive instead of the scout speed upgrade, but oh man, Reaver drop. Zealot's tanking. Tanks down. Reaver Scarab in the mineral line.
Bugging out. No, it's not. The Reaver can't attack through this this mineral line very well, and all of a sudden the shuttle's gone down, so this Reaver's going to be stuck. But Reyna's actually donating some of his tanks here to the Reaver. This is not the best choice he could make. He just wants to get rid of it, but that's 2 dead tanks.
What? Yeah, those are bonus tanks. Wow, that was actually a remarkable kind of salvage there at the end. Obviously, it sucks to lose your shuttle and your Reaver because now, you know, it's over. But he does still have a gateway army. He's actually getting that third base up the upper right of all places. What is that doing there? Gonna try to be a little sneaky.
Well, the trouble is, the trouble for Reyna is unless you go for drop, you can't attack that base. Can't get units through the gates. So if that's gonna work, I mean, PRL looks like he's gonna go take a base in the top left as well. I mean, can't stop this man. If he has the money for a Nexus, there's a base he can hide. Gonna go do it. Now, the one
Was-
problem is, it leads back to one of the
Mhm.
things I've been saying constantly. You
Yeah.
need another gateway farm, and he can't build gateways in those bases, so he's going to have to
Oh
take
yeah,
another main
that's a
at
good
some
point.
point. Like, if you build units up there, they're not getting back out unless you're godly at shuttle micro and you can, like, taxi out with 4 different shuttles in and out over and over again constantly. But I don't think there's a player good enough in the world that could do that. Even Flash would struggle with that kind of level of micro. And looks like we're going to have Reyna going for a third command center. He's going to take the more conventional middle gas base. It is only 1,500 gas. It's a decent amount of minerals, but more importantly, it's actually in a place he can defend.
I mean, I hope he can. Let's actually watch the speed shuttle as it comes in. Is there a turret there? Yeah, there's actually one turret, but there's no siege tank protecting that, so you can actually just drop in from the other side. Yeah, that's exactly what he's gonna do. Now, are there Charon boosters? Yeah. So he is gonna outrange this shuttle. So really good turtle. Although you can just actually loop around from the right-hand side. Why doesn't he just circle around the base?
I think it's because he just assumes there's going to be a turret ring, and to be honest,
Oh,
it's
well.
it's only 2 zealots. But here we go. Oh my god, a false sense of security is Reyna lured into as PRL pushes forward with his dragoons, getting on top of the tanks. The zealots dropping down on top of the tanks as well, and Reyna is suddenly in a very dangerous position. The tank holding on, but the final zealot takes down the tank, and PRL forced to retreat.
Yeah, PRL is going to head back. Honestly, though, at this point, I feel like you can start to take a few more extra bases. Like, sure, it's scary to be randomly pushed by a Terran once they feel like they're ready, but there is some time here. So what do you want to do in the meantime? Like, do you want to go carrier tech? Do you want to just go mass upgrades and gateway units? I think he is actually going to go for the latter option and actually just pump out 1,000,000 units. And yeah, sure, there's 4 more gateways going up.
Yeah, now, carriers would not be a bad choice on this map. Now,
Yeah.
the reason is probably quite obvious if you played the game a while, but basically the way these or the way the corner bases work is there's no way of ground getting to them. So Goliaths suddenly can't chase the carriers. When Goliaths can't chase the carriers, all of a sudden you as a Terran player are in for a world of pain.
What is the every time I see a Terran player do this, I'm just like, well, are they really like this is how you know they know. They admit that all they need to do is just like survive, get up tons of upgrades. So
Yeah.
we're about to hit 1-1 and there's just no need to push out at this point. He thinks to himself, wait a second, what if the Protoss player has 12 bases out there? Doesn't care. It's like, oh, year 3 and upgrades.
Yeah.
So, obviously, it's trying to meme a little bit, but the kind of principle is there. Like as long as you're solid defensively as a Terran player and you're just kind of slow and steady, you will win the race.
Now, the one crazy thing to me is Reyna is just constantly scanning the main and the natural. He's not even tried to look for a third base. That, to me, shows ultimate confidence. He's checking for the gateway count, he's checking for the tech, and he's like, what's going on here? Am I missing something? Is he hiding a base? Like, if I can't see some of the tech that I'd expect to see, like he can't see the Citadel yet, but he's likely seen the Zealot speeds done, so he knows there's a Citadel somewhere. But he must know there's a third base on this map. It's just a case of where.
Yeah, you can start to like put 2 and 2 together, and he is actually kind of trying to scout around, but he doesn't actually have that great map vision. Well, that's really interesting. So here we go. All right, we got High Templar, we got Dark Templar, we got Zealots and Dragoons. It's Gateway Man in full force heading out in the middle of the map. Is there Observer Man with this army though? Yeah, okay, there is one. So as long as he doesn't get that sniped, he can actually push through the minefield. Maybe have a chance at maybe taking a little bit more of this map back.
Okay, can I just point out something PRL has done? And I love this
What?
just because of how horrible it is, but he sent a probe to the 9 o'clock position, built 2 pylons and a cannon, make it look like he's expanded there, and then he sent the probe to the top. Like,
Wow.
This is next level mind games. Like, the trouble is, you can't get in there with vultures to check if there's a base, so you're likely going to send some tanks over there to kill the cannon, and then you're going to
That's so
eventually break
badass.
in, and then you just suddenly slump down in your chair and think, I spent so long breaking into a base and there's no base here. Like, what did I just do with my 2 minutes?
That's super badass. I love plays like that are just like they punish you for being a good player, right? Because if you're a bad player, you're just like, oh, attack the Protoss main, and you just wasted it. But if you're a good player, then you're gonna try to scout. You're gonna try to get in there. The only counter to this is if you just scan the base, and then you're just like, oh, well, this guy's an idiot. But for the most part, yeah, that is actually kind of a sick play.
Now, there's another play that I like. He's actually taking the gas in the bottom left, and he's mining out the minerals as well. And the reason why he's doing this is so that without a scan, there's absolutely no way Reyna can get a worker down there. Now, Reyna is going to push forward. There is a CC going down in the bottom right-hand corner, so that's something. 2-1 upgrades are, or should be, really on the way, if they're not already. It looks like +2 attack is only halfway done, but Reyna feels like he has enough at the moment to push through. So he's going to move up. Does need to be careful of Storm, does need to be careful of all the gateway units, but maybe trying to secure another base.
I mean, I guess he'll need one eventually, so we'll see. Building the command center down in the bottom right, so I guess he's gonna at least try for that one. But hey, as we get a little bit of chugging going on, let's see how well this push goes. There's a front-lining linebacker Protoss High Templar there, but it's actually going to work out pretty well. Let's see the Observer allowing the Zealots to more effectively path through the mines there. They run straight into them instead of through them. But here come the Storms, right? There's one on the tanks in the back, one on the Goliaths in the front, but there's just way too much Terran mech here. And so ultimately, PRL is going to be pushed back, dissuaded for now.
Yeah, almost feels like PRL maybe focused a little bit too much on those cheap tricks. Like, he didn't get the storms he needed, but that's not necessarily because PRL didn't control his army properly. It's because Reyna spread so unbelievably well, and that's how you beat this Gateway Man style. You get a lot of upgrades, you spread your tanks incredibly well, and you just wait for the Protoss to attack you. He doesn't need to push, he can just slowly move forward across the map, secure another base, and then just eventually kill the Protoss. At the end of the day, PRL maybe tricked himself in the end of the day.
Well, yeah, here we go. Despite all of those sneaky tricks out there, the power of truth and justice prevails. The Terran Protectorate is back at it once again. But I do like kind of what PRL is doing. It's like, oh, snap, I gotta go do something else out on the map. So he's gonna try to make a concentrated push, a concerted push through the middle of the map, down to take out this third, but like there's already a base behind it. Like,
gonna pull back Reyna. I mean, Reyna did manage to take out some of the probes at the third base. Gonna lose this command center, maybe? Good repairs? Oh my god, that's so much blue goo.
Oh, okay, well,
That
maybe if you're a really big fan of like blueberry pie filling, then you're a fan of the way this game is going.
Right, he's pulling back to his cannon. This is what he needs to keep these units alive. Look at this.
Oh, he scans!
That's so good.
I love it. I love it. At first he thought, wait a second, I've been bamboozled. But no, there's actually nothing there.
Yeah, he scans, sees there's nothing there, and immediately pushes back towards the main. Reyna wants to end the game now. He knows that PRL won't have that many units. He scanned for the army. He killed the army. There's a lot of probes here for PRL, but not a lot of much else.
The moral victory, of course, is PRL's for forcing that scan out there in the sickest of ways. Now there's a DT heading down here with no detection at this third. Then I mean, I guess that's pretty good. Holy cow! This once again reminds me of a certain Terran player's highlight video.
Oh, that Terran
Fortunately
player.
enough, scan exists, and that should help to clear this out.
Still, he got a lot of the tanks. Trouble is, they're not the tanks he needs to kill. He needs to kill the tanks at his main that's going to kill all of his gateways.
Yeah.
Gateway Man without his gateways is unfortunately not a man. He is a mouse.
Gateway Man, take me by the hand. Lead me down the promised land. Well, in this case, I don't know if we're gonna be able to keep that promise to PRL. He's struggling, and obviously he's got infinity bases at this point, but he has most of his probes at 12 o'clock not mining. Maybe now they can mine, but they can't build attacking units. That's for sure. So all of the gateways, they're only in the main. He doesn't have a gateway farm outside of that. So sieging here is just such a huge dagger to the heart.
Yeah, and I do apologize for the lag once again, rearing its head at the end of the game, but it looks like PRL isn't done yet. He's building up some units, drop them down into this bottom right base. There's absolutely nothing there. But this is the real story. This push going into the main, just how on earth is PRL going to be able to hold on to this? He doesn't actually have enough money to rebuild gateways anywhere. He's trying to go into arbors and stasis in the top left corner, but it just doesn't matter without units, without gateways. Eventually Reyna is just going to kill absolutely everything. Oh, PRL's trying to expand to the bottom left. Just keep going.
Yeah, he's just gonna keep going. I mean, he's just gonna slowly and steadily push through the Protoss base, and I mean, you can't make units anywhere else. He's trying to erect a base in the bottom left, and I'm just like, well,
oh, the mine.
Yeah.
He needs to kill the mine. He's not killing the mines. Only one of the mines goes off.
Wait, what?
I'm looking in the bottom right. There's a drop
Yeah,
on a
yeah,
drop
yeah.
action, but yeah. Looks like he saves the base.
That's so anticlimactic. It's like, I love it. But finally he's... Oh, I guess he thought that he was hiding a DT somewhere or something. But anyway, yeah, he's just going to scan until he wins the game.
Yeah. This is kind of a bit depressing, but unfortunately... I mean, PRL's still in it technically. He's going to be supply blocked. He doesn't have any more gateways, but he does have 3 mining bases. And Reyna is only on... Well, I guess he's kind of mining off of 3 bases as well. Eventually this is going to be a little bit hard for Reyna, but Reyna's army is just pretty much unbeatable at this point.
Yes, I concur, Kicks. This is... there's nothing you can do at this point. I mean, so what he would need to do is build infinity gateways somewhere else. And he's doing that at the 12 o'clock base.
Just doesn't
But
have
it's
time.
just going to take... Yeah, there's just not enough time. Yeah, it is a race against the clock. Look at actually the army of Protoss that he built out of these surviving gateways that's left in the base. So he's got this like this huddled refugee Protoss force here. He does actually have quite a few storms. I think he's got like 4 storms. So maybe he can bust back out and save a little bit of
His tanks are going to go down. He's actually on siege stasis, going down on some of those tanks. Storm on the other 3.
What?
Well, I guess he breaks out with those refugee units. They're going to go over to Tal'Darim, but just these tanks outside the main gateway. He's actually supply blocked, so he can't build any additional units.
And now he's just going to hit the gateway farm. So
Yeah.
I mean, the game is going to go on. I mean, I feel like if PRL could lift his buildings and float them somewhere else, he would
have
do it.
done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just imagine if they gave Protoss the ability to like move their buildings around by warping them.
Yeah, so actually, the other universe that's pretty similar to StarCraft is Warhammer. And in Warhammer, the Protoss race essentially is called the Eldar. And so the Eldar actually have a way that you can warp your buildings to different locations called a webway gate. So you can basically build a warp gate that lets you like reposition your buildings on the map. And I always kind of thought that like, because Protoss have warp gate in StarCraft too. But eventually, I mean, that is actually a precedent that's been set, is that you can warp your gateways to a different location. And I'm just like, damn, that would be so sick as Protoss and Brood War, because if you get your main seats, just warp all your gateways out of there and build them somewhere else.
That would be just so unbelievably broken. I don't know how you would ever balance the game around that. Like,
well, it's like a long cooldown. It's slow. You can't build. There's a lot of levers you can pull on that one. It's just kind of a cool concept.
Well, I like this force. There's a single High Templar and 3 Dragoons trying to keep the game alive here for PRL. Now, the one thing PRL could be doing, and I've not actually checked for, is if he's massing Stargates. And that's exactly what he's doing. Like, of course he is. He's got the 3 corner bases. They can't get attacked by anything. Like, you can't attack those bases, so what are you gonna do? Take all the other bases on the map? I'm just gonna go mass Stargate. Go for air armor, even, at this point. And just go for
Yeah,
carriers.
he's
Oh,
triple
wow.
upgrading air
Triple
weapons.
dropship. And EMP on the remaining arbors. That could have stasis those
Oh,
dropships. That could be the game-winning spell right there.
honestly though, if he had gotten a stasis off on those dropships, then like, yeah, good luck, my dude. I love that it's an all Goliath drop, so just specifically screw your air strat. It's not
Yeah.
gonna work. And unless this is like the most legendary cannon in the world, yeah, you're not gonna save that one, my man. So yeah, it was actually a cool strat. It might still work, right? Because he does have 4 Stargates in the upper right-hand corner.
And
So,
expanding again. Like, he just keeps expanding.
oh
It's
my
the
goodness.
ultimate pop-up Protoss, man. This happens. This is every one of my ladder games. It's impossible.
I
But
feel
you
like somewhere, like there's a dirty Protoss player with an evil grin on his face right now. It's like, yes, yes, probably future, but maybe some others as well.
like Artosis was trying to have a sleep in here, and then he felt this game.
Oh
Like, you know,
yeah, Artosis is gonna wake up in a cold sweat. He's gonna
yeah.
bump his head on the ceiling of the bunk bed on top of himself, and just like, oh, it's not gonna be a good wake up call.
Probably is. Reyna's about to mine out. He's got 2k bank, but he only has one mining base. The gas is almost mined out on that base. The gas in PRL's top right base is mined out, and his bottom left base is run out of gas as well. So the fleet beacon's going to go down. It's unpowered at the moment. The Arbiter Tribunal's going to go down. But he's already building 8 carriers. Well, he's building 3 and he's queued up 3 and an Arbiter because he wants to make sure he can build them again.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is gonna be the scariest 80 supply Protoss you've ever seen.
We saw like a, what was it, a 60 supply Zerg not die for 20 minutes, so
Yeah.
you never know. Oh my god, he even hit
No,
he hit a Nexus
know.
at his natural. Oh, that's so sad.
Well, it's not even hidden. Like, there's a vulture
Yeah.
there. So yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't see the extra vulture. Okay, there's one Arbiter cloaking a single High Templar in the main.
Oh my god, this is. Oh, you're getting so much hashtag value out of this. You'll never find it.
He's never gonna look for that Arbiter there, is he?
Actually,
and he's not gonna scan.
Did you ever play like Baldur's Gate or some of these other like old school RPGs? Like they code these maps, right? But actually, there's all these Easter eggs in the maps, like little tiny things that are hidden here and there. A little bit like SC1 single player, a little bit.
Sorry.
But that High Templar is one of those. But yeah, another huge EMP. Carrier's gonna have to head for the hills. They're building their interceptors one at a time, and I don't know if he's gonna catch up in time to save himself up here. Besides there being basically 2 Goliaths for every 1 interceptor.
Yeah, things are not looking good. It looks like this could finally be it for PRL. He's bringing up his Arbiter, though. There goes the stasis.
Oh,
there
he
goes
drops another question mark.
This is his build against Protoss, man. He just question marks. That's it. PRL sending his probes around to try and take another base. Because why not? You've got the money. Oh, man. These games today have been... you know what? We casted 3 series sometime before Christmas in a weekend afternoon. And I think we've actually beat the amount of time we were casting that series, or those 3 series, with just today. That's insane.
I think you're not wrong there, Kix. It is, whew, man, what a day of games we've had ourselves here. We've had Sky Toss, we've had... Oh my god, I'm so like upset, excited, happy and sad, sweet and sour, all the opposites that attract.
Best thing is PRL is still macroing in the bottom left. Like, he's still going, he's adding on a forge. Like, I don't know what his plan is gonna be. Dropships dropping on top of the carriers are gonna go down. And it's...
That's such a StarCraft 2 thing. The StarCraft 2 player Maru pioneered doing a dropping stim bio on Colossi in StarCraft 2. That's exactly the StarCraft 1 equivalent, where you boost in with your medevacs. Well, these are dropships, but you know, eventually they'll learn that ability. And
This
then you
is
just drop
funny.
on top. Ah, he's
GG.
building the manor cannons. There it is. GG. And what a way to go down there. That means that BuLL completes the reverse sweep to take the series over DM.
He does, and the thing is, I can't help but think the reason why he GG'd there wasn't because there were mana cannons. He wanted to build a Nexus there, and there was a mine in the way, and he knew that because it was
Ooh.
scouted, that was it. Like, he had to give up. Like, he had nothing else. That
Oh, is that
was...
how he knew it was it? Is that what clued him in? That he
Yeah.
might be losing the game?
Yeah, I
Okay,
mean...
alright, Kicks.
That's like even further than a Kicks GG. That's like... I don't know what GG that was, but that was pop-up Protoss to the absolute max. You know what? I lose my main, I lose my natural, it's fine. I've got 2 hidden bases, I'm gonna build 6 Stargates, build carriers. Oh no, my base died. Well, let's just build a base somewhere else. Let's re-expand to my main. Let's do all this stuff. What a great game. Of course, Reina does win that game for BuLL, and he will win the series for them. So that's going to be their first win in STPL round 4, so good for them. Let's just quickly go through the results because it's been a long day. And, I mean, I can't even remember when we started casting this series. It was so long ago. So, let's just have a look.
It has been a very long day. So let's speed run through everything and get out of here.
Yeah. There is one more thing I need to show you before you go. Radley made you a little birthday surprise, so I need to play that on stream.
Oh my god.
So you
Wait,
have
he
to,
did what?
Yeah. You're gonna have to listen. It won't, hopefully it won't be too long. But either way, PRL took down Eros Craft, White took down Dio for a quick 2-0 lead, then Reina Mio, then Reina again, bring it back for BuLL, win them the series, and that, I mean, that's just how it goes. Now, what I'm gonna do is see if I can download this file and then just play it on here. It's apparently on Radley's OneDrive, so I don't know why he didn't just send it through. Oh, I see what he's done. Okay, turn on sound on the stream, and then we'll play this.
Oh my god.
It's
What
short,
is-
so you're fine.
What is happening here?
Okay, it's Rapid's birthday surprise, everyone. Go.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rapid.
Rapid's voice.
Happy birthday
What?
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, it keeps
Happy
going.
birthday, dear Rapido. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, Radley's amazing, man. It's 1 AM. It's 1 AM. I'm so tired, but that made everything worth it. Just want to say a huge thank you to everybody who tuned in today and watched the games with us. Everybody
Oh
who
my
subbed
God.
today. Huge thanks to Jenna as well for the subs. A huge thank you to you, Rapid, for joining me the day after your birthday, and a huge thank you to Radley for that amazing rendition of Happy Birthday. That was amazing. Hopefully someone clips that. That was good. So yeah, I've got nothing more to say. Have you got anything to say, Rapid?
Oh man, what a fantastic day of STPL it has been. Truly, the gift that keeps on giving. The games were good. That song was something, but a big thanks to everybody for the warm wishes. Hope you all had a happy Valentine's Day and enjoyed your StarCraft experience today at STPL.
Yep. See you guys next Monday for some more STPL. And now you can just turn on his stream. I think he wants those.
Oh, sick. Okay, sick. All right, we'll go watch some Nyoken. You'll get just about the same quality of games there.
Guys later.